And we're back. By now, you know Wednesdays is our day. We've got DJB, we've got Kenny Ken, we've got 3 points in the clean sheet. How we doing, fellas, man?
It's Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday. Apologies. I'm so excited about having 3 points, man. You know what? It threw me off. You're right. We played yesterday. You know what? The fixture calendar list has effed me up, man. But how you lot doing?
Yeah, all good. All good. Bit rainy, bit windy, but you know, it's December and
so cold.
Busy, but yeah, it's miserable, isn't it? It's miserable, but the Emirates are keeping us ticking, and it's
all sort of different parts of different parts of London. I mean, I'm not too far. I got out earlier to go for the gym because there's a gym not too far. I thought, yeah, let's go to the gym. As soon as I come out with bloody hell, I just ran because the gym's not too far down there. Got enough bikes.
You don't want to get caught in the rain.
It was horrible. And yesterday, it was absolutely freezing. Where were you, DJB?
And we was there. Oh, right. So we went. Shane and Aaron got held up in traffic. So we was in the Swan. And then we met them. We met them at the. We walked down to the George in the end. Met them in the George. And then Dan and everyone had gone to the Shay. And then we walked to the Shay. Walked around, couldn't see anyone. And then
what time was that?
Oh, it must have been about 20 to 7.
So 6, I got there about just after that. Then you must have just gone to the ground straight 6 or something.
No, we walked around, couldn't see anyone, and it was just all
You didn't get there early. Arteta said, "Get there early, man."
Yeah, get there early. So it's a shame. Shane was in good form. It was all good.
So I've missed out meeting him in person, and you got goodies. You and Aaron got the goodies.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, I want to do something with you lot before we specifically get into. We do have to touch on Chelsea because I don't think we got to do that with each other, and we do need to talk about this London derby and Villa and all the other talking points here. But last week we started to introduce player ratings, and it's only right now that DJB's here. We've got the trio here. We do it all, yeah. Let's start with David Ryan. You ready?
Yeah.
Ken's a difficult man to please. I'm just warning you, DJB, man. He doesn't give why he gives ratings.
I don't give high marks. I'm stingy with marks.
Well, is it me to go? Shall I go?
Yeah. You go, yeah.
David Raya. Yeah. It's your debut in this.
Look, David Raya didn't have to do much, although Brentford, they
did make that save, man.
They did come and try and get on the ball. They did try and make things happen. They made a few changes in the second half. I was surprised they didn't start with Thiago from the start, though. I was really shocked by that. But I have seen worse teams at the Emirates. I mean, they tried to get on the ball. They lacked that quality in the final third. They got in good position. So Raya didn't have to do that much. I suppose he was a steady 6.5, wasn't he, really? I mean, did he have to do a lot? Oh, he made that brilliant save, didn't he, where he touched it on the bar. So if that had gone in, that might have been a whole different ball game. So I'm giving him a 7. I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
I'm with
7
that.
out of 10. Yeah.
That's 2 7s. Ken?
Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. Like he made that very he made it. You know where I was from my vantage point, I thought the header from Schneider went straight on the bar, but actually it was going in
so did I.
Going in the roof. He got a nice big hand to that and put it on the bar. So that's a very good save. And I thought his handling in the second half as well was good as well because they set piece again. Everyone calls us a set piece team. Bloody hell! I think we saw the real set piece team, and that was him.
Yeah, manager was the set piece coach for obviously became gaffer.
You would have. I mean, to play against a team, to play just for set pieces is something new. I learned something yesterday that some teams, who don't have any ambition to win the game, play for set pieces. And
that's been a bit harsh on Brentford there, Kenny.
I thought so because the simple reason is that. You and I know that in centre half, Collins will play instead of Pinnock. Rico Henry will play. Lewis Potter would play instead of Rico Henry. Although, because Rico Henry still come back from a big injury, he had 2 seasons ago when he got that collision with Anthony Gordon at the GT 2 years ago. And obviously, you know that Ethan Pinnock, a regular under Thomas Frank, but he's not quite the player that that Brentford want because especially they're paying a free, and he prefers Collins and other players, younger players, ahead of Pinnock. So they wouldn't have started.
Mm.
Thiago would have played. I think Brentford are playing. I'll say it. We've just say it as
They
is.
came out good in the first half, though.
No, I'll say it is. I'll say it is. I promise you now, Brentford not play like when they play Spurs.
Hope not.
No, they'll go for it because they think they can beat Spurs.
They rested players as well.
I thought they came out second half looking lively for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, same DJB.
But they didn't try. They
had a lot of possession in our final third, and they was trying to probe and make things happen.
Yeah, but you know what? They played a bit like the Republic of Ireland did under Sir Jack.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of playing possession football, diagonal balls, playing for territorial, getting there and playing for set pieces. It wasn't like Thomas Frank teams where when we drew one with them last season and we beat them in 24 and we drew 1-1. They just played football. They came to play football.
Mm.
This Brentford team didn't come to play football. This Brentford team came to played for territory. And for set pieces.
Damage limitation with their back three. That's why I'm happy we scored.
I'll tell you what, though, when I compare them, when I've seen Leeds play, Forest play, West Ham play, Spurs play, I thought they offered a little bit more, to be honest. I thought they were I've seen a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse this season.
DJB, what happened is that the setting off, because we looked really comfortable and they couldn't really penetrate us, they started bringing on Damsgaard. They started bringing on Thiago. They brought Jordan Henderson on. They brought Lewis Potter on, and they brought Collins on. And they tried to make things happen. I mean, we'll deal with Odegaard later, but there's something Odegaard did. Don't do that again.
What was that, Kenny? I must have missed it.
We'll find out, but don't do that again. I saw it. We'll talk about it.
All right, okay.
I'll say something. Martin,
I see a lot of running around and
I'll just say, Martin, don't do that again because that'll make me angry.
We'll get on to Martin, man. We've got to go in chronological order. So we spoke on Raya.
I'll deal with him, but don't. I'll say Martin Odegaard, don't do that again.
Oh man!
When Kenny speaks like that, you better listen, man. All right, but let's continue with the ratings, yeah. Mascara and Hincapie. Well, let's go with Mascara first. Let's go to centre halves. Mascara, obviously he's injured. Scary stuff.
They done all right. I think Hincapie was the better of the two.
Yeah,
I thought he looked quite solid, to be honest. What you get with Hincapie, you don't get any frills and spills. You just get proper defending, don't you?
Straight defending warrior.
Yeah. I call him the Ecuadorian Kolasinac, you know, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. But he's hard, he's hard, isn't he? He's hard. He defends. He wins the ball. You ain't going to get anything pretty from him. He's not the kind of player that's going to roam out with the ball. He's just a proper solid defender for me. So I'm going to give Hincapie a good 7.5 out of 10, I reckon.
I'm going with a 7.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. Mosquera, he again looks steady, looks solid. His positional sense is needs to be, if I'm perfectly honest with you. There was a couple of times when he got pulled a few times and he was caught in no man's land a few times. So I'm going to give him a 6. I weren't 100% solid
with him as well.
I'll give him a 6. But the boy, and I'm so glad. Sorry, Kenny, I'm jumping ahead here, mate. Giving my cues, but I'm excited about Ben White, and I'll tell you why.
Very good game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why, because I've got a little soft spot for Ben White, because Timber's just a better defender. But Ben White has not really done a lot wrong.
And he's put his body on the line for years.
Yeah, but what Ben White gives you, which Timber doesn't, and the chat might disagree with me here, Ben White gives you a bit of a dynamic option going forward. He makes those little sort of runs in behind the defenders.
Like a throwback fullback kind of. He's an old-fashioned overlapping fullback. Exactly. But what he does, he times his run really, really well. The cross that led to the goal, if you look at it, he let Madueke get the ball, and he good bit of skill for money as well.
Yeah, and he kind of sort of held his run, and then he went with a burst of pace, and then he obviously received the pass and then got the ball across.
All 10 outfield players touched the ball apparently for that goal.
Yeah, it was a quality goal. It was a quality goal, but I think Ben White, he just gives you, he's just got that more intelligence in that final third than Timber. You know, I'm not saying he's better than Timber, but some of his runs gives the midfielders that little bit more option.
He takes men with him, and then he can stay safe.
Yeah, Timber's still got to work on that. He's a little bit hesitant in certain final third attacking areas. And he drops into, whereas Ben White seems to find that space when he overlaps, and he seems to find it very, very quickly. That gives the midfield players that option, and I like that. I like that with Ben White. So I thought he had a great game. I'm going to give him 8 out of 10 personally.
I'll give him a 9, man. I think he bossed it. Kenny, Mascara, and Kenny right as well after DJB's done.
Definitely 8 out of
10. Mascara, I thought he was doing all right till he got his injury. And it's really, really, like, I have to say, bloody hell, he's the last person you want to get injured because
we'll get on to injuries in a bit of depth.
You risk running the risk of rushing Matt Saliba because if Saliba clearly not ready, because if he was ready, he would have played yesterday.
Or been in the squad.
Yeah, so we're gonna mess up our back four if Saliba's not ready. But yeah, Mascara, I was happy with him. He looked good on the ball. Didn't have much. He looks assured. I'll give him a 6. King Cape 7. Calafiori played really well. I liked him in there. I'm going to give Barry Fori an 8. Benjamin White. I liked Benjamin White. Did things defensively is fine. Attacking wise, good. 8.
Yeah.
Where you at with sorry, not Kenny. DJB Calafiori as well.
I thought he really played well again yesterday. I think Calafiori has been one of our best defenders all season, and I would never thought I'd say that, but he's been one of our most consistent defenders all season. You know, he's solid. He hasn't done a lot wrong to me.
I think he done well at Chelsea as well.
The only thing with Calafiori is he does like to maraud forward, and that's probably the instructions he's been given, and sometimes he goes forward when he shouldn't be going forward, if you know what I mean. That's my only problem with him. But defensively, I think an 8 personally. I think he warrants an 8. I think our fullbacks this season, Timber and Calafiori, have been one of the reasons why we're doing so well in the Premier League.
Facts.
Because we're not getting overloaded. We're not getting teams overlap us. We're not getting wingers penetrate our sort of back line. And it's down to Calafiori and Timber, and Ben White stepped in and done a really good job on that. So I'm giving Calafiori an 8. I think.
Before we move on, guys, I want to speak about like the 2 centre halves. You could tie it into Benjamin White and rotation and things like that, but you know they weren't really tested against Brentford. They done well. We gave them their flowers. But, you know, Magalhaes is out. We don't know what's going on with Saliba. We just probably have to assume it's Mascara and Hinkie, where Mascara's picked up a knock. What have you two felt of them as a centre-half pairing? And do you have confidence in them moving forward if they are the guys?
Not been tested yet. But they will be tested Saturday if they play Saturday.
Might even have to put Ben White or Timber centre half if Mascara's not there.
They're gonna be tested. They're gonna be tested, and that's when they'll come. When they see at the moment everything's in front of them. I've not seen them with them running backwards yet. I've not seen them when midfield players from deep or midfield players from an attacking position runs beyond them yet.
You don't think that happened against Chelsea, D?
Not on a lot. Not on a lot of occasions. The ball's going out wide quite a lot. But against Villa, they do get runners from midfield deep, like Rodgers and Tielemans will be getting on the ball. So Saturday they will be tested. But listen, what they've done so far in the 2 games they've come in, they've done enough. They've done well. But as I said, they're not. Let's not get excited. They're never going to be first choice. You know, it's always going to be Saliba and Gabriel. And until Saliba and Gabriel's come back fit, we're always going to be on the kind of side of caution with Hincapié and Mosquera. So we'll see. We'll see in some of the bigger games.
Kenny, where do you stand on that?
Well, that's the thing. You know, I thought Chelsea were there fine. we'll talk about the Chelsea game. They were given a good test. I think they did their best to the test. We weren't under difficulties because two centre-halves weren't playing. I think that's lazy. We were in difficulties because Chelsea were better than us, even with 10 men. And we just have to accept it that if you do the basics right against us, and you get our defenders turned, and you occupy our wingers and stop them from playing their football, regardless how good they are, sometimes it happens. And we were lucky to get a point, but we'll deal with that later. But yeah, if Villa's going to be a different kind of test, to the extent that they're not exactly going to. Watkins is going to try and play on the shoulder, but he has, as DJB says, Villa are going to get bodies forward.
He looked good yesterday, and they came back from 2 goals down Villa last night.
Yeah,
not so much a Nana, but Rodgers is definitely going to try and come and support Watkins, and Tielemans is going to get in those kind of spaces, especially dead balls and to try and get shots on goal. So yeah, they're going to get a sort of test, a different kind of test. But one thing I will say is that our midfield's going to have a battle and a half.
Yeah,
with or without Declan.
It's got to step
up.
Can't
be without Declan.
Well, again, I just need an update, but we'll get to Declan later. But yeah,
we'll get on to Declan. But I think he said he's all right. But then I want to ask you lot as well, like, who is the centre half pairing? If we assume there's no Saliba and we assume there's no Mascara, at least until there's an update or we see the squad.
Well, it's Timber.
What's the pairing going into Villa away then?
Timber,
Ben White or Timber centre half? I guess I'm asking.
No, Ben White plays right back. Timber plays the centre half.
I'm with that.
It's the way it is, Shame about Timber, because Timber does give us solidity down that right hand side.
Timber will get found out centre off, personally.
I think from an attacking point of view, I think defensively, if you don't want teams to overload you, then him and Calafiori are doing a very good job. With Ben White and Miles Skelly, what they give you attacking wise is brilliant, but you're not always going to be in control of football matches to allow them to do that. When you're under the cosh, that's where we've had problems over the last few years.
White is a bit slow to engage when he has to defend wide areas.
White. Sometimes some defenders, no matter how good you are, don't know a defender like one-on-ones. Very few people enjoy it.
Who would like that?
Yeah, but Timber thrives in it, and so does Saliba and then Gabriel to extent. Ben don't like one-on-ones. He doesn't like overlaps.
Do you know what I would do? Do you know what I would do? And this might shock a lot of people.
Rice centre half.
Do you know what I would do? No. If Rice is not
fit,
there
eventually.
If Rice is not fit, and Timber has played that role many times before he come to Arsenal. I'd put Zubimendi in the 8 and I'd put Timber in the 6.
You put Timber in midfield?
I'd move Ben White to centre half and I'd put Masquera or someone like that at right back.
I think the thing with Timber is that DJB's got a good point, because simple reason is that
I back Timber to do that. He can play everywhere. He's intelligent.
The thing with Benjamin White, Declan Rice, I get them mixed up. With Timber Declan, is that in a game against Villa, if you take away his inability to get us up the field and his inability to just cover a load of ground, then we're going to get overrun in midfield. Just think, he was fit against Chelsea and we got overrun. There were times against Sunderland we got overrun. He was playing. Can you imagine if he wasn't playing? How overrun we get in midfield? Then all those controller games that we're used to won't be happening.
God forbid if Rice is ever injured, I'd give up on trophies. And
the thing is, he's in the red zone, though. He's in the red zone.
100% he's in the red zone. 100%. Would you not be like, look at Rice, and it's a nervy one for me.
Yeah, Rice is an accident waiting to happen. I'm afraid, because he looks tired now, and he does look tired. I was very surprised that he wasn't rested yesterday against Brentford. I was.
You know what it is, DJB?
You know what I mean?
I thought the games to rest Declan were going to be like Bruges and Wolves. Because Wolves are
Possibly.
pathetic.
I thought Wolves. I didn't even think Bruges.
I think Wolves are pathetic. Bruges are like a very. They're keen, but they always leave the back door open, and that's why they concede goals in Europe. And against us, if you leave the back door open against us, it's only going to be a long night. Home, regardless, doesn't matter whether it's in Brussels or not. It's going to be a long night.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one Saturday, but I mean, I still worry about Zubimendi defensively under pressure against Brentford. Well, he done what?
Come on, dude.
No.
He was cold, man.
Listen. If you watch Zubimendi,
we're going to win you one day, man.
Against Chelsea, defensively, he's weak. Sorry, he's weak. He got bullied against Chelsea. He got bullied against Sunderland. His positional play, he don't know whether to stick or twist. He don't know what runner to go with. Hard. He's like a little kid lost at a wedding. I'm telling you. He looks around. He don't know whether to go with the runners. He don't know whether to track back. Honestly, when you watch him when we're under pressure.
Chat, do you agree?
Just watch the Zubimendi. Don't get carried away with when he's got time on the ball. I'm not saying when he's got time on the ball. I'm not saying when he's got space. I'm talking about when he has to do his defensive duties. That's why Rice has to cover so much. That's why Rice is coming into boxes and making interceptions and having to cover. Because Zubimendi is not picking up the people he's meant to be picking up. You watch. There will be times, and if Rice is not fit Saturday, then you'll see as Zubimendi copes. But I just think there's a week. I don't think he's a number 6 personally. I think he'll be better in an 8, more creative, more further forward.
I see why you'd say that because
I'm not saying he's a bad player before anyone. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's rotten. I just feel in the Premiership, he's not my kind of number 6, and that's
DC. I think with Martin Zubimendi, Arteta wants a continental number 6. A continental number 6.
Exactly. So when you said we bought him for the Champions League, Kelly.
Partey was very much a British stroke European stroke African number 6, where it's all about destruction. It's all about protection, destruction of attacks, and then getting on the ball and feeding. He's not so much controlling the tempo of the game, but that's what he's great at. He could do it, but that's not what we bought him for. We bought him for to be a crusher, a defender, and to give the ball to players like Declan and give the ball to people like Odegaard and get Saka, get to move the ball quickly, but in a very robust way. Whilst Zubimendi, he's a continental number 6, an international number 6, really, where basically international number 6s are the most important players in a football.
The quarterback, man, you're the first kind of point of attack.
No, it's even definitely. Well, I don't know anything about American football, so if that's what he is, then that's what he is. But in international football,
cricket over American football. Damn.
Yeah, American football is a joke.
American football's sick, Kenny. I can't lie to you, it's sick. I'm not extra, but it's sick.
Big up Joe Root, yeah, big
helmets. Rugby with helmets and shoulder pads. Anyway, let's talk about football, not that version of football. Next, you're going to say that you watch Aussie rules.
No, that's too dead.
Hang on a minute.
That's fascinating. You don't watch Super Bowl, bro.
I've just looked at someone in the chat. Please don't put Zubimendi in the same bracket as Pirlo. Let's just stop that silliness now. Come on.
Oh, is this JD?
JD, I don't know how old you are, my friend, but I've seen Pirlo in the flesh and I've seen him week in, week out. I've seen Pirlo a lot. Zubimendi would even admit to you if he was face to face, he's not at that level yet. So,
he's not
and he's probably not even going to get to that level of Pirlo. Come on, man. Pirlo's one of the best.
You know what Zubimendi's about. Zubimendi's basically is he international. England could do a play like that. Basically, you need someone who can dictate the way we play and control the tempo. That's a continental number 6.
Yeah. Listen. I'm not saying I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just feel that when we're under pressure against top teams and we're getting overloaded in certain areas, he's just defensively needs to be a bit more stronger. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
You're missing if you don't play, you know?
I just feel that if he was, I'd like to see him in the 8. I probably won't because Rice is in the 8, but he has got that creative sort of play
I know
about.
what you mean. Let Rice do the dirty work. Let Zubi do the on the ball
I think he'd be more suited in the 8 for his creativeness rather than his defensive play. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying that I think he's more creative rather than defensive.
You know, you know what it is? I still think he's bought for Europe as opposed to our game. But I think
he's done well in the big games in Europe, buying Atletico, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely. But I think what I'm dying for with Zubimendi, I'm dying for Zubimendi to play like he does for his country and dictate the play. What I'm seeing with Zubimendi, he's trying to please. He's trying to be what he's not, which is, doing a party job, but not very well because he's not physically strong to it. But he's keen. He does try to clean up. He does try to, mark his.
Walks into an invincible team, Kenny, does he?
Was that?
Whoa.
An invincible team.
Yeah, but think about. Yeah, but SLD.
I think we're drinking too many Christmas things before.
The only Invincible team wasn't even their best ever team anyway.
No, it wasn't. 2002 team was.
2002 better than that. Better than that. And 91 was better than that as well.
Nah, I weren't there for that.
Anyway, should we get onto the?
Yeah. We all forgot now because we've been talking about Zubimendi. Yeah, what player rating for tomorrow? For yesterday, do we give him?
All right. I'm going to give Zubimendi a 6.
Oh, come on, man! You just don't like the guy.
You don't give 7. You don't give people 7s for putting their shirt on and crossing the line.
Do you know what? Zubimendi's a player. Yeah, if you watch the game again, you'll see what he does. He facilitates, he enhances.
I'll tell you what.
Let's on the right hand side.
Game. It was an easy game.
Let's get on the same planet. Let's get on the same planet of most Arsenal fans. I'll give Zubimendi a 10. How about that?
No, definitely not a 10. Is it? I'm going with a 7.
That's too high. You mark too high.
It's not. His pass completion, his interceptions.
You mark too high.
He actually, if you watch the game again, he actually helped Ben White out a lot. Not that White needed it, but covering that spot.
Yeah, but you think about it, right?
That's what the gaffer's telling him to do.
Yeah, but you're doing this stuff. You're doing this GA and G.
Where did I mention GA?
You just
what
mentioned
pass GA.
Yeah,
I used my eyes and I watched him again, and it's confirming what
you must have looked at his stats and come up with this.
Bro, I've never mentioned stats. I said using his eyes. If you
what's pass completion mean?
His pass completion was amazing.
Did you actually watch it, or did you watch the match, or did you just
I did watch it. I watched the Talksport. I watched it with my eyes.
I'll tell you what.
Him in the video.
DG, if you had that much time and space in front of you, your pass completion would be amazing if you'd have played.
Obviously,
come on.
Obviously, Zubimendi's going through a bit of a culture shock, and mainly in them Chelsea's, them Cities, those kind of games. I'll give it to them. I definitely think he can improve physically. I'm not expecting him to be a brute, but you lot are harsh. He's a facilitator. He's like a lighthouse, really. Do you know how much he makes this team better? He's changed our lives. You've been listening
to Arteta, man. He's rubbing off on your lighthouse now. We've got Zubimendi a lighthouse.
And Kenny's asking me for ratings. But when I asked Kenny to give his ratings last week, he's going, "No, I'm just a difficult man to please." At least I'm saying that.
But you know why I'm difficult to please? For the simple reason is that I think sometimes, right,
you want more.
We overrate our. Sometimes for someone to get a 9 or a 10 in a football match, it's got to be a situation that you're talking about that performance in about fight to your grandkids. That's how I mark. After looking at that performance, I think, oh my God, I was so glad when it.
Yeah, but you don't think Declan Rice is world class, so your opinion has to.
And I think Declan Rice, I think he's had a good season. He's having a very good season. But come on.
No, I'm giving Zubimendi a 7.
There's nothing wrong with giving Declan Rice a 7.5 or an 8.
I'm giving Zubimendi a 7 on the basis that it was Brentford. He weren't under that much pressure.
See, so that me and DJB have given the same rating. Kenny.
Listen. He didn't get. He's the sort of.
He doesn't
get me out my seat. He doesn't get me out my seat. He just.
He'll never be a player that's going to do that.
No. Listen. As I said, I'd like to see him a little bit more creative. I'd like to see him run with the ball. I'd like to see him, you know, just get on the ball and drive at defenders a little bit. But if it's not his game, it's not his game. If that's not what he's meant to do, he's not meant to do it. I just think defensively, he will get found out on a lot of occasions because I don't think defensively he's a strong enough number 6.
What do you lot give to Rice? I'm going to leave the captain in midfield till last in terms of the midfield. Would you lot give Rice?
Well, I've got this. What I'm going to say about Declan Rice, and I've been saying that a lot. He doesn't have to be at top level all the time. But I'd tell you one thing with Declan Rice. If he's not playing in that Arsenal midfield,
we're in trouble.
You are going to notice it because then you'll see the real Zubimendi, what he's all about then.
Can I say unpopular?
If you haven't got Declan Rice in that midfield, Declan Rice to Arsenal is like Haaland is to Man City.
True. Can I say an unpopular opinion about Declan Rice?
And I'm sorry, that guy covers every blade of grass. He's always available. He drives forward when he can. Yeah. He's never going to be the most creative of players. He's never going to, you know.
Yeah, but he puts the team on his back, and it's
but
Declan Rice.
What he does for the team is energy. He gives energy to the team. And listen, he just went through the motions yesterday. It weren't one of his best games, but he wasn't poor. But he is the sort of player that can not play well, but if he's not in that midfield, you'll know he's missing. So I reckon he's about a 7.5.
Do you know what I would say with Declan Rice? God forbid he ever gets injured or we're in serious issues.
Well, we don't know if he's fit for Saturday, do we? We're still waiting.
He said he's all right, to be fair. But if anything happens, then we all know here, yeah, we'll probably see Merino and Zubimendi. There is that caveat of maybe Zubi in the lone 6 and Odegaard and Eze. This is going to sound so mad, yeah, and I don't want this to be the case. But in terms of the legs and off the ball, Kai Havertz would need to be fit for me. If anything happens to Declan Rice, I have to put Kai Havertz in that left 8.
He's not relevant at the moment because he's injured, and we don't know. There's a lot of
exactly. I'm just saying if he was fit,
you think with Jesus, how fit is he? He's
that's clearly one of them. He's just on the bench for the next couple of weeks. We knew that one with him, man. Arteta's done that a couple of times.
Yeah,
I'm sure White's done that.
We haven't seen Kai in training. We haven't seen Kai in training, so he's irrelevant to even talk about him.
I hear that. Oh yeah, and we do have Norgard. I did think it was unlucky for Norgard not to play against his old team.
You know what though, DG? I think if Rice is not fit, if Rice is not in the midfield, I'd switch. I'd have Zubimendi in the 8, and then I would try someone else.
The Norgard thing.
I'd try someone else.
I forgot about Norgard, man. Big him up. You're right.
Because I would then I would then have Zubimendi in the 8, and then think about covering that 6. If Rice is not fit, I'd swap. That's what I would do personally. But
we got MLS shouts in the 6. I think for this year, I'm giving up on Miles.
MLS is not having a good time at the moment. Every time he's come on, he's been caught. He's not on it at the moment. MLS is not. He's not showing the form he showed last season.
All right, can I ask you a question at LMS, a quick one? And it's not personal. Is he giving you the
Please
same?
Don't do this, Kenny.
No. You have to ask questions. We're football fans. He's not our friend. He's not our relative. We're not his dad. We're football fans who are rational and tell the truth and say things as it is. So I'll ask a footballing question. Is he giving you Zinchenko vibes?
No.
DJB?
Have you ever seen him cry away from home?
DJB?
With MLS, he's giving me a vibes that he was put on a pedestal so huge last season when they were comparing him with Ashley Cole and madness like this.
Kenny said he could be Ashley Cole.
And now
on this platform.
And now MLS is sort of getting bits here and there. He's lacking in confidence. He don't know whether he's coming or going, and it shows.
But you know what it is?
In a lot of games. He's not a left back. I've always said he's not a left back.
But what if that's the only position he can play?
He's been brainwashed to being a left back, but he's not. He's a midfield player. Unfortunately,
is a left back though. Is he DJB? Is he a left back?
I think he's more of a left back than MLS. But MLS, you can see you can see clearly he's not a defender. He's got a lot of midfield traits in him.
Yeah, but then you lot say this, yeah, and I don't think you lot are wrong here, but I do think generally people forget in midfield, especially in the present day, if you go to sleep at fullback and it's suicidal if you're going to go into midfield then. Like, you have to be even more spot on. We all know you have to stand in certain areas on the field in all phases of possession. So I hear what people are saying about he's not a left back and things like that, but if you're going to sleep at fullback, what the hell is going to happen in the middle of the park? Well,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, DG. I don't think he's playing that well enough to be trusted in midfield. You're talking, if Rice is not fit, you're talking about putting Skelly in midfield when he's been struggling. He's been struggling for form this season. He hasn't looked himself. He's been caught out many times.
We still back him though, man. Love him.
Yeah, you back him. Of course you would. You back him. Of course you would.
Someone him gone on loan in January. I think that's stupid.
Let's talk about. How about Ethan Smith Rowe not getting any minutes again? What about that one that I've been banging on about?
You never let that go.
You know what, DJ?
That is a serious candidate.
Loves it. Sign a contract. You'll have a major role to play. You'll be more central. You've got a future.
No, it's up for discussion now, DJ. Because the thing about it is that you can't be realistically shouted down anymore, because it's becoming a situation where when you've got a situation when you're rotating players and we're under your rotating players, he's not even getting minutes.
No,
it's not a case of him getting starting games. It's not getting minutes. So when you're not getting minutes, it's got to be up for debate now.
Yeah, it's got to be up for the debate. I've been saying it all along. Get him out on loan or sell him.
At this moment in time.
Get him out on loan or sell him, because that kid is not getting any minutes. He's not getting anything. He's not. When he is getting minutes, I mean, he came on in the 80th minute the other week against Brentford. He can't even get on against Brentford for any time at all. It's just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous the way he's been treated. Awful.
You know. The problem we've got is that Mikel has to win the title this season, and if it means
everything else is secondary.
If that means stepping on someone, stepping over some,
and it's easy to leave the young players out.
I use it in like if that means stepping over someone who's getting treatment on the floor, then that's what he's going to do. There's going to be a lot of casualties out of play, because I say it now, and you ain't going to like what I've got to say. I'm just telling you as it is, how I think it is, because I'm not always right. But what Arteta showed me is that you look at the spine of that team, regardless of whether that spine is in a red zone or not, they're going to play every game, regardless.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who gets close to meeting that spine tactically will get a game. If you can't replicate 100%. What that spine gives you tactically, you're not playing under this. You're not playing. And unfortunately, he feels that Ethan tactically cannot play the way he needs.
I don't think he's wrong. Ethan's going to need to be exposed to get that experience, but I don't think Ethan's problems are clearly not with the football. It's off the ball, and I expect that. I know he's not been given an opportunity and things like that, but I don't think you've grabbed it. And I do think I make you right. I actually agree with you, both of you. I hear DJB. I want this guy to get more minutes. I think he could be exposed to more minutes off the bench and things. But then I also agree with Kenny in that we can't have it both ways. Everyone can't get a game, and we're trying to build consistency. And mainly the point Kenny made about tactically, I get that, especially when these games are coming thick and fast. And realistically, this year is 3 points first. Like, it's trophies and 3 points first. All the other stuff, it kind of comes secondary, if it makes sense. So I'll make you both right.
Yeah, it's just a shame that he's not getting any minutes at all, really. I mean, it's we'll see when we play Bruges and teams like this, and
we know he ain't starting against Club Bruges.
You think about
carry out at home, teams like this.
We're already qualified, don't we, guys? Why can't he get a game? Why can't he get a game?
I go strong against Club Bruges. I wouldn't care if Nwaneri's there or whatever, but I'm just going to base on last season. I think Arteta's just going to go strong again.
You think 15 points is enough?
Yeah, but when you watch and listen to Arteta,
would you want to speak? Even if we're in the top 8, we're going to get home tie in the last. We're going to get home tie.
Yeah, but you know what? He keeps talking about momentum and this and that. Rightly or wrongly, last season, I just genuinely think he's going to go strong. wherever he could. Wolves is where maybe, as mad as it is, maybe even the League Cup quarterfinals. But I think in the Champs and the Prem, you're seeing the strongest team out there. Now, obviously, we've got injuries. He's going to have to box smartly. But I'd love for Nwaneri to get some minutes. We all would.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I got you in this.
Should we Odegaard?
Oh, yes. You look first. The class Weasian, Wondergod.
Kenny, go on, where you go?
Are we going to be honest? I just want to know.
No, I'm being honest. I'll say one thing.
Odegaard.
Remember Odegaard? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tell you that. Don't bottle a challenge like that. Just don't do that in my presence. Do it in training, but not in the for us to see.
He does it all the time, though, Kenny. It's not the first time.
Thing about it is that what he did with Henderson, 60-40 in your favour, and you just went, nah, not today, mate. I get where you're coming from. You've had injuries. I get it. I get you don't want to miss the World Cup.
To look forward to.
This is a London derby. It's a 60-40 in your favour. Don't do that again. Don't bottle a challenge like that. Don't do that.
Yeah, Rice told him, didn't it? When it went up,
it was blatant. What he did, it was so blatant.
He
saw Jordan Henderson and his little hooves showing a bit of energy, and he thought, "Nah, not today, mate. Not today, mate."
And Rice did tell him when they went up the other end. I think it went for a corner. Rice was having a go at him. This is your captain, and he's bottling a tackle.
You saw that, didn't you? Saw what he did.
The captain of the football club.
You saw what he did, though. You at the
I don't have Odegaard down as that. I've never seen him.
You saw it. It was clear to the day. He was a 60-40, and Jordan Anderson won the ball because Odegaard thought, no, not a day, mate. And he didn't even put a tackle in. Jordan Henderson thought he was going to put a tackle in, so he's gone in with a toe bun to win the ball. And Odegaard was like, nah.
Yeah, but we know Odegaard's not built for that, man.
No, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. Listen, don't do that. When you're captain of a football team, don't do that.
No, I'm with you because I've always of the belief if you knock out 50-50, you're going to come off worse.
Normally, you always say you
accept Odegaard for years.
You always say to your captain, set an example and represent the club well. And you talk about don't get in referees' faces, don't do anything stupid, don't bring us a dispute. But also, don't bottle a challenge in a London derby. Don't do that.
He was busy.
Fantastic away from that, though.
He ran around, didn't he? He runs around.
Don't do that.
Doesn't he? He runs around.
And he did that against Chelsea. That's why I called him out, because against Chelsea, I let him off. But when he did that yesterday...
Oh, come on. He was good off the bench against Chelsea, man. He weren't amazing. He brought
something. No. He bottled a challenge against Chelsea. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Captains of my football club, don't do that. Just don't do that.
Yeah, he was busy, wasn't he? He was busy. He sort of...
He was involved in the first goal. To be fair, I think Odegaard was okay. Not amazing, but he was all right, man.
6. Give him a 6.
Yeah, that's cool. Kenny, I have a feeling it's not going to be a 6.
No, it's going to be a 6. But it's just not do it. As for can I just what's his name? Rob Gureb. We're not a rival fans. We're Arsenal fans, die-hard Arsenal fans. Unlike you, Rob Gureb, AFC. No one has to know that we're Arsenal fans. We don't put AFC in our title.
Hey, no, leave Rob, man. You lot be nice, man. Rob's a guy, man. He's part of the channel.
I've got this.
Hey, chat, come on, you're pissing off the guys.
If you're gonna call us rival fans, that means you're questioning our love for the football club. And when you do that, it's
he was picking you lot up earlier.
No. He says they talk like rival fans. The fact is, if a player doesn't bottles a challenge like that, you call it out. You have to call it out. If a player's not always at his best, and you have to construct a game, right? You've got to do it clinically. You have to sometimes criticise a player, not because you hate them, because you've got to call as you see it. But
you can't hate the class Weasian, man.
But sometimes you say like rival fans. We're not rival fans.
Kenny, can I just come in on it as well? Wouldn't channels be boring to follow if everything you agreed on was the same as their opinion? Isn't a football channel difference of opinion? Ain't we just talking about football? I'm giving players
and that's why I love having both of you on this platform.
I'm giving players ratings of 7s and 8s.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To be fair, DJB, they call you negative. You've been okay.
Just because our opinion don't quite match your opinion and you want everything to be rosy and perfect. I'll tell you what, should we go through the whole stream and not have any difference of opinion and just agree what everyone says, like a lot of other channels, click, 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 click. Should we just agree with what everyone says? Wouldn't that be boring? It's a football channel.
You'll have set off the answers, man.
When you listen to pundits on the TV, on the radio, or you watch them on TV, they don't agree with everything everyone's saying.
The world would be boring if we did that.
No,
Odegaard bottled a challenge and he's the club captain. Make it make sense. Would you see Patrick Vieira do that? Would you see Tony Adams do that? Roy Keane? No, you wouldn't. What are we doing here?
We didn't see Xhaka do that, to be fair.
Yeah, but I think the thing with it is that I've heard this quite a lot. It's not just from Rob. Goreb. I've seen it loads of times. Like I remember on. No, I think it was. Yeah, it was like I was on Dan's channel, and Shane was giving his opinion, and a couple of people said, "Oh, you're like Chelsea fans," and I picked them up on it. I went, "No, we can't always look for Arsenal Reds," because I think what we've had in the last few years is that I don't say I've roused me late mum about this because she's more Arsenal than ever be. She's the one who introduced me to Arsenal, even though it was my local club. But she used to always get upset.
Did you say your mum?
Yeah, my mum. She used to always get upset.
Your mumsy.
Yeah, but no, she's not with us anymore. But
right,
she used to always get upset if someone called out an Arsenal player for performance. She thought, "Oh, they got something against Arsenal. This one's got something against Arsenal. It's not fair." The media, you know what? Sometimes it's a problem. Like for instance, a lot of people go after. Quite a few people going after Alan Smith and quite a few people going after Paul Merson because they're saying it as it is, but they think they're having a go at Arsenal. You've got to remember these two won titles at Arsenal. They know what it takes. So if they're saying
humans allowed their own opinion, to be fair,
it's not like that. But when Paul Merson's giving an opinion on Arsenal, I've got to listen to it because I know he's not because I know he's won. I know he's been in a title race. He knows what it takes to say Alan Smith. The problem with Arsenal is that the only time you keep the haters down and you keep them at bay is we win the title. When Arsenal start winning titles regularly, all the things that they say about us will just be waters a duck back because we'll be too busy celebrating our success.
Yeah, you just got to look at it from. I like to be honest. I mean, there's no good me coming on here and if I think a player's not performed or he's played badly,
and it's meant to be a safe space. It's not like you lot are going on other platforms with other fans and doing the most.
Just because he plays for Arsenal, that I've got to say, oh yeah, he was amazing, he was fantastic, he's brilliant. Yeah. Best thing since I've seen. He should be in the invincible team. Blah blah blah. Why should I do that? I'm fooling myself, aren't I? I'm fooling myself. 80% of the chat,
personally.
But me, Odegaard, I gave him a 6 out of 10. He was busy. He got on the ball. He tried to work it into positions where it was needed to be. But
he's involved for the first goal.
Again, I want to see it more creative. I want to see him more creative. I want to see him more. I don't think, I'm going to be honest with you, right? And it happens with players. It happens with players in any level of football. You see the best of certain players and their time just comes to an end at a football club. And I'm starting to fear that with Odegaard. Yeah. I think I've seen the best of Odegaard and I don't think I'm going to see any more from him. And I think that he's
fit, man. Remind these guys who you are.
I'm hoping I will. But sometimes it happens to football players.
It does happen.
You know, it happens. They come to their kind of natural end.
He's had a good career with us.
I don't. We're not there yet. For
he's had a good career with us.
Exactly.
Sometimes it comes. It happened to the great Thierry Henry, didn't it? It happened to the great Thierry Henry. It just happens. It just happens. It just.
To be fair, Arsenal has probably established himself the most in Europe beyond being a wonder kid.
I'm just thinking with Odegaard, with the seasons he's had gone by where he's been brilliant, like, you know, that 22-23 season and that he's had a few injuries. I'm just fearing that it's coming to its natural end with Odegaard.
Do you think he needs to play the slow?
Especially now Eze's in the frame.
Do you think he needs to play the slow?
Hardly grabbed that central spot and made it his own like that.
You know what? I'm beginning to have the same thing because when I look at Odegaard, it's not his performances. They're fine, but I think when we now get to this next level,
when the level's gone up, but Odegaard hasn't.
I don't. Yeah, I do think that. Hang on here, the team's moving in a sort of progressive way, and you're not moving with it. Now, is it because of your injuries? Have they taken a toll on Martin? Is it now a situation where Martin might have to play in a slow-based league, go to Italy or Spain?
Yeah, or just go somewhere else.
The way Arteta's asking us to play, and the way the league's asking, it's going to be more physically demanding than the guy who's had some really bad injuries.
That's one thing he can do. He can do all that pressing crap that Arteta wants.
But why not? Because at the end of the day,
Odegaard's issue, I think everyone just wants him to grab the game by the balls.
Yeah, but the fact is, he was doing that.
He's going to have to stay
injured. But since he's got injured, his level, it's gone down a bit.
I've been showing it in patches. You know, he looked good against
Newcastle,
West Ham, and Olympiacos. He's okay against Chelsea yesterday.
In 22, 23, 21, 22, and 24. But he's not.
Kenny, let's be honest. Before he got injured last season, he was poor. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he was poor. But you know the 23-24 season, when he had the full season without injury, he was fine.
I just think he's coming. I just feel that he's in that bracket of players where they've had their time at the football club, and perhaps in the summer, if offers, that kind of situation where when a club reaches with a player that if offers come in, they cash in.
Yeah. To be honest, we're probably there with Martinelli. We was probably over the summer.
I just think we're there with Odegaard. I just think we're there with Martinelli. That if offers came,
we was there a couple of years. Last couple of years, we've been there with Partey.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that.
That's what.
As much as away from the off-field crap on the pitch, we all know what Partey brings, and it's probably because of the injuries and actually just staying fit. So that's fair. At the end of the day, like you said, DJB, he's our captain. He's on big money. Eze's coming. I wouldn't say Eze's set the world alight, but at the end of the day, we're trying to go to one level. Anytime you're stagnating,
I just feel that
it's a debate, isn't it? It's a healthy debate.
I just feel that he's kind of come to the end of the road with Arsenal, and I feel that if offers came in, he would be in that bracket where the club would be open to offers. Personally, that's what I think with Odegaard.
Fergie, Bob Paisley, Aaron Kendall, over the years, when you're no longer useful to them, they move you on and get someone else to take the club to the next level. It's football.
Yeah, it's football. That's it. And I think Odegaard's there. I think Odegaard is where that is at the moment. But as I said, it's a shame, but it happens. It happens.
What are you lot saying for this completely off topic? Yeah, Robert said, DG, please let's get DJB and Kenny Ken's current unpopular opinions and hot takes. Thank you. Have you got any? Obviously,
my most unpopular. Remember my unpopular opinion and hot take was that Saka's not world class.
People were even saying Saka should have squared it for Jokeris, but go ahead.
A lot of people. I still think Declan Rice's net is on the cusp of it.
Oh, come on, Kenny, man. Even you got to concede the right thing is world class now.
Yeah, I'll give you an unpopular opinion. This is going to light it up. I think on current form and the way he's scoring goals, I would not drop Merino for Gyökeres.
Same here.
I don't even think that's that unpopular. To be fair,
I would not take Merino out for Gyökeres.
People would cry at it, but when you sit down,
is a striker. Gyökeres is a striker that hasn't shown me it suits this style of play. He hasn't shown me yet that he suits Arteta's style of play, whereas Merino does. And I would not drop Merino for Gyökeres. I think Merino is kind of showing me kind of an old-fashioned kind of goal scorer. Don't put him in midfield. He's absolutely dreadful in midfield.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought you say that.
Put him in midfield.
No, I don't like him in midfield.
No,
he's not as bad as people make out, but it's not.
But as a striker, I think he should be our number 9 at the moment, and I don't think Gyökeres should be.
I'm not gonna lie. When Gyökeres is fully fit, I'm dashing you back in. But Merino, it's your spot to lose. We're trying to win a league. We need, the team. We're all on the theme of the team.
I've got Merino doing that. No, I can either save it for our review of the Chelsea game, or I can say it now. It's your choice.
Say it now, man. Say it now.
Saka is greedy, and he's making me angry. Saka's greedy.
Come on.
And he's making me. He was greedy yesterday, and he's beginning to get my nose.
He pissed me off in the second half.
He's beginning to get my nose, and it's just not me. At Stamford Bridge, people can.
No, Stamford Bridge is pissing me off. Like he was taking too many shots and shit.
Saka is becoming greedy.
JD, what do you want? Do you want a striker?
I'm not the only one saying it.
DG, I'll ask you this, right? Because JD says, I want Gyökeres back in there. He pins back the centre-back. Well, I'd rather a goal scorer than pinning back the centre-back. I don't know about you.
I think the only thing that
you don't get 3 points for pinning back the centre-back. You get 3 points for scoring goals.
It's nothing to do with Merino. It's just naturally, I think teams gamble on the fact that Merino can trouble you and build up playing. Merino's a guy. He might be involved in the first pass, and then he's not away, and then it's here with all the others, and then you see him go and pop up and score. I do think the only thing I like with Gyökeres, he keeps centre backs honest. I think they gamble knowing that we're not going to have a runner in behind.
Play better football. I've got another unpopular take,
and he gets involved.
Oh, I've got another unpopular take, and you need to put to put the seatbelt on with this one. We're a more attractive and a better footballing side to watch, and we're more productive with Merino up top than Gyökeres. Our football is turgid and boring with
facts.
Then you could apply that logic with Ozil through the middle instead of Eze.
And that Eze, if you're an Eze, definitely a Saka and probably a Martinelli, you'll prefer Merino in the team than Gyökeres. Sorry.
Because you're going to get the ball back. But can we go back to this Saka greedy stuff?
Saka is greedy. What's
the problem with being greedy, though?
Saka's greedy.
Chelsea pissed me off. What's the problem?
Greedy. Against Chelsea, he was greedy. He was greedy. He was
happy, but he still got us an assist. I'm not even talking about the Chelsea one.
But that's the thing.
Because a lot of people are saying he should have squared it for Gyökeres yesterday.
Ozil. You play badly, but if you get an assist, everything's forgiven. We're doing it again.
No. We're
doing it again.
Let's be honest with that Chelsea game.
Was poor.
He was poor against Chelsea.
He made wrong decisions against Chelsea away from home, and a lot of people in the crowd were saying the same things as me. We all said it in unison. I didn't just wake up at bed and said, "Let's bash Bukayo Saka."
Fuck that crowd then.
What's Saka's stats last 2 seasons?
Wavy stuff, man.
He's
been injured, but it's been great. No, but let's be honest. How can we say? Is it fair to say he had a good battle with Cucurella against Chelsea? 100%.
It was an easy game. He was so predictable.
He burned him alive.
He did not burn him alive. I was there.
The only thing he done, you could be there and watch the game twice, my guy.
Cucurella had a comfortable game because Saka was greedy
on the pitch, Kenny.
Saka was greedy. Saka is greedy.
That's what I'm saying. What's wrong with that? I'm not going to get into the debate with Saka because
Salah plays in better positions.
You named the great attackers; they were greedy, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not too funny. The fact with Saka, when the ball's on for your attacker to get us to try and win us the game, come on, you can't win it on your own.
We're getting two things kind of mixed up. I'm kind of referring to this greed. No. I'm referring to this greedy stuff about we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm referring to this greedy stuff with Saka because Saka's coming up for a lot of heat, mainly on social media, because he didn't square it for Gyökeres. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't give a flying fuck about that because he put the ball in the back of the net. Had you have not squared it,
it wasn't just that one. He was doing it multiple times during the game.
Well, man need to be greedy, but guys are greedy.
Arsenal, Saka was greedy. You know, I actually said that Kelechi.
So should he have squared it to Gyökeres, guys?
Kelechi was exactly like you. He was exactly like you. He thought I've just found God and I'm talking differently. He looked at me as though I converted from Catholicism to Hare Krishna. That's how he looked at me.
This guy.
And you're doing it now.
Because you're bugging. All the best strikers are greedy. All the best attackers are greedy. Full stop. We know this.
Look at the comments. Look at what other people were saying.
Fuck the comments. Fuck anyone who was at the game or was watching it and disagreeing. You need man to be greedy.
If that was any other player, you'd be on him.
What? Because he didn't square it for Gyökeres?
No, because the fact is, we're going down the same process that we did with all the
he scored.
Over the years. You couldn't criticise Ozil, you couldn't criticise Henry.
I don't know what you're talking about Ozil
all the
and them,
big
man.
name players get a bite if they haven't played well or they haven't made wrong footballing decisions.
Because people are being dishonest with how can he make the hardest thing to do is score goals? How did Saka make the wrong decision? How did he make the wrong decision not squaring it for Gyökeres?
In a position where they can get a clear.
Did he put the ball in the back of the net?
Saka's being selfish.
Did he put the ball in the but selfish isn't a bad thing.
He was being selfish, and it was getting the situation.
The ball in the back of the net.
It was obviously working.
My boy, did he put the ball in the back of the net? Did Saka bag against Brentford? He did, didn't he?
Bloody hell, I know. Just about. I mean, bloody hell.
Did the ball go in the back of the net? No, the hardest thing to do in football is score goals.
Kelleher treated the ball like a bar of salt.
Kelleher's business. He put the ball in the back of the net. And don't get it twisted, Kenny. Had he, as I said before, had he have not squared the ball, had he have been selfish and not scored, I would have been on him. And then, but the same people are going to be hypocrites. If he squared it for Gyökeres, people would have said, "Oh, Saka could have taken it on himself."
Saka is greedy.
What is wrong with being greedy? We've had attackers that are too nice.
If you're doing
Odegaard for always passing the ball, Saka for
if you're greedy,
Jesus for doing jinky but not bagging.
If you're greedy, you better make sure you score. If you don't, score the first or second time, and others be in position doing it. What about Chelsea? He was being selfish.
Again, Kenny, you're not listening because I said he frustrated me with his trigger-happy stuff and shooting all the time. I'm onto him for that. I don't think it was bad against Chelsea. I think he was frustrated because he was shooting. He did proper with the assist. You can definitely criticize him.
Rob Jureb asked for unpopular and hot takes. We're giving them, but you don't want to hear them.
No, I do want to hear them. I'm allowed to have an opinion on you lot's opinions. I love Odegaard. You look at me like I'm crazy for loving Odegaard. And that's okay.
I've got a different angle with Saka. If we're gonna put him in that bracket like some of you do as world class, and then you're gonna put him up there with the best, he needs to score more goals. He needs to score more goals. And if he's taking it on board, that's what he's got to do. Hence, that's why he's being greedy.
He needs to treat Gyökeres like a charity piece.
If he's under 10 goals a season for Saka, he should be at that level now where he's constantly scoring 15 goals a season and 15 assists.
He should be getting 25 goals a season.
He needs to be in that bracket. He needs to be in that. Yeah. He needs to be in that bracket because everyone's saying about Saka's improving, Saka's this, Saka's that. But the point of the matter is, he hasn't reached the heights of 22-23 season. And now people are going to come back and say, "Oh, yeah, but he was injured. He was injured."
He was though.
Listen. He
got 99 problems. Saka ain't one.
5 GA and 12. No. Saka's a very important player. If we're going to win this Premiership, it's going to be down to Saka. Not. Do you know what I mean? He's a very important player. 7
goals, 2 assists in 18. He's dying by his high standards. 2 and 4 in the champs, 4 and 12. And I don't disagree.
World-class players, DG, get 25 goals a season and 15 assists a season. World-class players.
Yeah, he can do that. I still maintain he's world-class. I hear that. I agree with that. That's the territory he needs to move into. 100%. But how would you get that with being greedy? Without being greedy? So what, Haaland? Charity? There's no charity case here. People are getting onto him for not swearing.
I've got a solution to this. Saka has become more of a goal scorer than a creator.
Yeah, if he's not taking set pieces, he ain't really getting assists.
If anyone should be considered for the false number 9 or a free role, it should be him because simple reason.
Maybe not false 9.
He can do it. I think he's restricted at right wing.
Hella injuries.
I think without that, he's our best player. I just want to get the best out of Saka. I just want him to do what he was doing before and make the right.
Look at you! How dare you, lot, man? You got 99 problems. Saka ain't one. Look at the numbers.
All right, I'm going to rephrase this. If we don't get the best out of this guy, we're not winning nothing.
100%. 100%. If we don't get the best out of all the team,
it's getting the best out of my best player.
Exactly.
Personal. And if I say he's greedy, it's because I want better for Saka. Because I know this guy's going to win me the league.
But tell me the best players that are not greedy.
Let me tell you something.
Inside forwards and strikers that are not greedy.
Let me say, he's not going to win me the league. Declan's not going to win me the league. The goalkeeper's not going to win. Saka's going to win me the league. So I want the best for Saka. So if I'm calling him out,
I hear it.
I want the best for him because he's our best player, and he's going to win me my league and give me the success I deserve. So that's why I want Saka to get the best of it. I want Saka to make the great decisions that he was making before, but I need Saka to be his best if I want to win the league. Because even though we've got 5 points ahead or not, if we lose this guy for an amount of time, as well as losing Declan, then Man City will creep up on us.
1,000,000%.
And we will drop points. We can lose less games than Man City and still lose the league.
100%. But do you think he should have squared it to your?
That's why I need him. That's why I need him to be at his best. I don't need him to start getting frustrated and think, I've got to win it on my own. I need him to do what he was doing before, but just a little bit more.
But should he have squared it to Gyökeres? That's what people are saying.
Because Gyökeres is your 67 million pound striker.
What does that have to do with Saka, though?
If you're 67 million pound striker, you bought.
All right, let's spin it another way. If Saka had have missed that, if Saka had have missed it when he should have squared it, we'd be having a completely different.
But DJB, that's what I said. If he didn't,
but if he hadn't have squared that and he'd missed that, people would still be backing. Oh no, I agree. He should have shot. He was fine.
But this is what I mean. You can't please everyone. If he squares that to Gyökeres misses. What now?
You can't say anything negative about Saka.
But I'm not even talking about that. What if Saka squared it for Gyökeres and Gyökeres missed?
I go by the stats.
And then they go and make it 1-1.
Saka's stats, if he's put on a pedestal, if he's been put in that bracket of world class, I want to see world class performances. So therefore,
world class players take the game by the balls. He came off the bench, sealed the game for us.
He needs to score more goals and add more assists. That's what I want. That's the standards I want.
Has he ever scored 20 goals or more in the season? Has he ever scored 20 goals or more in the season? Because he should do. He should be scoring minimum 15 goals every season. Minimum.
I had it on screen.
Minimum.
Bearing in mind he's had 2 big injuries.
He should be scoring 15 goals.
I'm with you lot with that. I just think you can't footballers can't win. If he squares it and Gyökeres misses, they're onto him. If Saka does miss that chance, obviously people are going to shout him and he deserves that. What if Gyökeres he misses and Brentford make it 1-1?
Saka for England at the moment is night and day for Arsenal. For England, he's perfect. Makes the right decisions. And I think there's a reason why. You know the reason why Saka's playing well for England? Because the pace is lower, is slower.
He
does his best. He isn't required to go up and down and chase the fullback or stop attacks.
And we all know he would have hit double figures had it have not been for that. Like realistically, last season he would have.
But can I also say about Saka? He's got to be man managed properly because at the end of the day,
1,000,000%,
he's still open for injury.
Look, when he fully had a consistent season,
if you overplay Saka and he's not rotated and he's not man managed properly, you'll see another.
That's why I'm happy Noni's introduction.
You'll see another crisis with Saka, and that's my biggest worry. And it ain't nothing to do with Saka. It's whether Arteta's going to rotate him properly enough. Because
and I'd extend that to Declan Rice. I think we failed to do that with Gabriel Magalhaes as well. You're obviously naturally going to be scared of Timber, maybe even Calafiori at the moment.
Trust it, Mikel. Trust it. But he won't. He'll keep playing. Here's another thing that will set the world alight. He will find a way to get Havertz back in this team.
Oh, a minute. That's not unpopular. That is not unpopular. We know that's happening.
Say goodbye to your Marinos. Say goodbye to your Marinos and everyone. Havertz is coming back into this team.
If we ever, I don't know if he's ever going to be fit, but 100%. My hot take is you're going to see him, Havertz in that Odegaard role, and Merino or Gyökeres.
I know it's your show. How comes we're the ones getting in it? When you got the same sort of functions as us, a voice, an opinion, but our functions take apart.
You don't get on to me. When you don't get on to me about Odegaard, I hold that. You can get on to me.
We get it because we talk football.
Yeah.
Positive.
We're allowed to talk football, but because we're older, we got
positive and negative.
Shoulders,
they don't like they'll listen to the positives, but then they'll miss certain things.
I've got one more.
To be honest, I don't even think they listen to you two being positive.
Another one. I've got another one, and this isn't a dispute. I was right about Martinelli, wasn't I? Starting games.
Oh my God! Don't.
You weren't lying, was I?
Man, Josh Hart's injured. That's
I weren't lying, was I?
Although I was in certain moments when Martinelli was playing more central yesterday, he looked more efficient. And I keep saying that he's more central, Martinelli, than on the left.
I can't lie. For me, I think he was running into blind alleys yesterday.
Martinelli.
Well, I've seen him play his best. I've seen him play his best football in centrally. And that
Martinelli. I look at Martinelli, right? Oh, here we go. Jesse, he scored. All right, so let's not talk about his performance. He can have 2 out of 10s, although he doesn't. Jesse, he doesn't. But hypothetically, he can have 2 out of 10s. But as long as he gets a goal or an assist, he's had a great game. Okay, we'll play that game then, Jesse.
Nah, it's definitely not a great game, but like that's the signs of a good player. No, when it's not going well,
Jesse will play that game if that's what you want, Jesse.
I haven't seen you lot. You lot have criticised Saka. You lot have never said this about Foden.
Boy, Ten, I got criticised for this. He's saying Gok onto left wing, Merino to play. I got criticised for this when I said Gok is a bit out on the left. I got absolutely hammered for that.
Yeah, Arteta, no. Let's not overthink these things, please. No.
Yeah, but that's where he goes wrong. He does overthink things.
Do you not think he overthought things against Chelsea? And I know his hands were kind of tied, yeah. For me personally, and we might as well speak about Chelsea. I think obviously there was injuries. It might not have just been our day. Chelsea were better than us with 10 men, let alone 11. But I think there was enough to be more proactive. Where are you?
No.
He locked up. He locked up.
No, they played a big part, but I'm not having that.
No, you know what it was?
Chelsea were better and he locked up. He put Merino back in midfield and he played the safety card instead of going for it.
I think we was risk averse before a ball was kicked. Yeah, and then obviously the game's kicked off. He's just doubled down as the game.
You know what it was? Believe it or not, and it's probably the most outlandish thing I've ever said. I think the sending off affected us more than Chelsea.
I don't know.
I think what he's done is that
I think we got even more safe that we can just.
Yeah, but you know what happened. The referee was desperate to level things up after the sending off.
That's why Cala came off.
He took Calafiori off
after that,
and basically, that's why I was looking at the Arteta situation. I was thinking, you know what, he's going to level things up here, the referee, and we're all saying it. He's going to level things up, and that's exactly what he was trying to do. Calafiori came off because we all knew that Neto was going to run at him, and Calafiori can't help himself.
You're right.
And then look up at Miles Skelly, the same thing happened. But you know what Chelsea did? They're trying to be cute. I never saw so many dying swan acts in my life. I mean,
I don't know how Cucurella never got hooked as well.
Yeah, but you know the situation was
dark arts, Kenny. Dark arts.
Yeah, basically like with Chelsea that game. I looked at the whole situation and I thought, you know what? Chelsea didn't allow us to play a good football. Chelsea were the better.
No, Chelsea credit's due. Chelsea done.
Did you notice kickoff? You notice from kickoff when Pedro, as soon as the ball got kicked down the field, Pedro went and showed Charles one of our players.
They were charged up for it, man.
Yeah, and from that,
and in many ways, I like it, man.
Yeah, but from that on, Chelsea, I always thought, you know what, we're gonna get a bit of a chasing here, and we got a chasing. We got a bit of a chasing. Even with 10 men, it was a point gained. It wasn't a point lost. It was a point gained.
We came back from a losing position.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he could have been a bit more braver. I think not having the attack lined up at half time gave Chelsea that kind of okay. I mean, for me, half time would have been keep Eze, even though he weren't having his best game. Keep Eze on, bring Odegaard on, bring your attackers on, and let's go for it. I think there was an opportunity lost for 3 points there massively. And when he put Merino back in midfield, he had one thing on his mind. How do we not lose it? How do we not lose it?
Wow, naughty boy. Oh, wow, so out of order. He's saying I'm now picking on Saka. Oh,
come on, gaslighting you, man.
Hey, come on, this is Yoruba bias, isn't it? Because it's Europe, isn't it?
Well, just ask the question back. How many goals are you expecting? If Saka's world class, how many goals minimum are you expecting every season? I'm expecting 15 minimum.
Double figures for goals and assists every year.
15 goals. If Saka's improved that much and he's in that bracket of world class, he should be getting 15, 16, 17 goals a season.
You know what? I rate the guy. I just want more better for it. I want more for him. And I think that when you've got a player like that,
Foden's playing well, DG, isn't he?
He's playing very well, but I've never heard you lot disrespect him. Like, you know, he'll probably score against Leeds and it's all fun and amazing.
I don't care about Foden. Foden's not going to win me titles.
Yeah, we're going to need him next
DG don't like Foden. DG don't like Foden.
I like Foden. I just don't like how I rate Foden. I've said he's a generational talent. I think he's one of the best British talents that's ever been.
You'd have him at Arsenal, wouldn't you?
I would take him at Arsenal tomorrow. Build the team around him. But if I have him up there, he's rated for shit that's down here. I've never seen he'll do a quick turn against Wolves. Oh my God, no one's done it since Gaza.
The thing is, DG, he can get all his medals and all his trophies out. And
yeah, man, but look at who you're with. And you done your thing. When have you played a key part like that? Like, you ain't done no Kevin De Bruyne, no Gundogan, no Haaland. You've been all right and done your thing. You've been a support act. And I'm not dissing it, but you weren't that guy.
Yeah, well.
Saka would clean it. Saka would have all that shit at City. Dalman would have all that shit at City, man.
Come on. You know, there's something. You know that is.
I like Foden.
You know what Foden's trying to do. You know what he's doing.
He's having a good season now, but I don't think
you've got to take it seriously. You know, it's not just Haaland scoring all the goals these days. It's Foden, and they're scoring goals.
What I've been saying. This is what you
need Saka to do regularly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to get him the title race.
I've been asking him to do.
He won't win him the title, but it'll get him the title race because of the goals from other players.
Odegaard's needed to step up. The old guard's got.
You know what losing the title. But you know what losing the title. I saw enough from Fulham. The Fulham going to say, "You guys ain't serious about winning the title. You're doing this. You're not serious."
It was nice to see Madueke have like 30 minutes playing really, really well and then disappear, wasn't it? You know,
we didn't even give him his flowers.
I thought Madueke first half was really good, really effective. Excellent. Really, he had that fallback in all sorts of problems, and in second half he kind of.
You just
you know thing with Madueke and Saka.
I've got time for Noni though in this role. He's
occupied. You know thing about Noni.
It's his final ball, isn't it? He does all the good things, and it's his final ball, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the thing with Noni, man. It just broke down to goals and assists when you're right. Areas. It's just numbers now.
That's the thing with both of them. You could tell. You could tell the difference between both of them. This season, Noni's been trying to find Gyökeres, trying to find his players, trying to make a good impression. While Saka, you know, it's more polished. You know, there's more. You know, how do I say it? There's more bows to that arrow.
He's got to be more greasy, Kenny.
There's more tunes in that piano, and there's more tunes in that guitar.
You probably do. All our attackers,
you know, there's more tunes in the guitar. You know what I mean? And I think what it is with Bukayo Saka, you could tell that he's the better player, the more accomplished player at the moment. But I still think that to get Bukayo Saka in that team, I do think that if you play Noni in the right and get Saka in a freer role, maybe a Cole Palmer role, or maybe in a kind of false number time, I think Saka's stats go up just like that.
I hear that.
I think he does get me my 20 goals this season, or 25.
Well, I'll give Madueke a 6. Merino a 7.
You know what? I don't want to praise footballers for working hard, but to be fair to Merino, I don't think he gets praised for working his nuts off. I'll be so honest. Like, I think that's one thing. I can't question his commitment. By all means, his ability. I'm with DJB in that I don't really like seeing Merino start in midfield. I think he's actually better in midfield when he's playing through the middle and he drops in. He's an enigma of a footballer, isn't it? Like, he's a good squad player to have. Do you not rate him who in their roles? Yeah, like Kai Havertz and Merino. Like, which one do you rate higher? Because I do think Kai Havertz obviously had that season towards where the second half of the year he was so good. But like, which one do you have in this role higher than the other?
I think Havertz suits that kind of technically, Havertz suits the way we play, but Merino's a better goal scorer.
You know what I'm going to say.
How I put it. Merino's a better goal scorer, but I just think Havertz suits that technical area.
Unpopular opinion.
I'll go Havertz.
Joining up attack and bringing players into the game.
Yeah,
I've got a very unpopular opinion for both of you, and you're not going to like this.
Oh, here we go.
And I have to close my eyes when I say something that I know is going to be unpopular. I have to look down and not look you in the eyes. Kai Havertz is a better footballer than Merino.
Yeah, that's what I said. Technically, he's a better footballer than Merino.
And
he is.
Kai Havertz at his best, when he's fully fit, will give us more than Merino as a false number 9. I hate saying it, but I have to go with my footballing.
I think Merino's better technically than Kai.
I mean,
I don't
he's scoring, but technically, he ain't a better footballer.
If I'm mucking in this a cagey game, I'm going Kai. I think Kai does everything well, but the things actually need him to. I think Merino's better on the ball. He's just incredible.
You know I feel about Kai. What separates Kai from?
Kenny never said that, SLD, but fair enough.
But what separates Kai from?
When was this guy? No disrespect to SLD, but when was you born, man?
Yeah,
you just giving names.
I know he's just been looking at Google or like Wikipedia.
He comes in, every week. He does that, trying to get at Kenny, man.
Yeah, I'll say one thing though. With Kai. One thing with Kai. One thing you can't deny with Kai. Kai's more mobile around the field. He's got a bit more pace.
That's what I mean by the cagey mucking kind of games. I'm on Kai Havertz.
He's more versatile as well. You can put Cole.
If it's a chess match, I'd rather Merino.
You can put Havertz in midfield, whereas you put Merino in midfield, and there's problems. There's problems. Yeah. Whereas Havertz,
I do generally believe. That I think the problem with Kai is that I don't know what it is. Is it a knee injury, isn't it? Is it a knee or knee injury?
I think it is a knee, innit? Way back in August. Look how much football's been played.
And you think about it, Odegaard got a knee injury, but he's come back pretty quickly. There's a lot we're not being told about Kai's injury.
Yeah, exactly.
The German manager said he suffered a bit of a delay type of thing, and Arteta's never answering directly about Kai.
Yeah, but have you noticed that their federations tell the truth, and because simple reasons that
vested interest.
The reason why they tell the truth because they actually get the real information. Because under FIFA laws,
you have to disclose that.
The club have to disclose the injury and they've got to give them the medical breakdown of medical records, so they can if they want. The club will say, "Oh, don't say nothing, don't say it." But even federations don't care. They want their best players available.
But the thing is, as well, the manager loves Kai Havertz.
Yeah,
he loves both of them.
He absolutely. So Kai Havertz is coming back and playing some sort of role in this football team. Plus, he's on 260 odd grand a week. So he's definitely.
Do you know what? That's a question. Yeah, like when do we see the best out of these players? Because, like you said, and I think Merino's the same. Kai is loved by the gaffer. A couple of these players are loved by the gaffer. Odegaard as well, and we all know, and I think many, not you two, but people in the chat, they always get caught in this trap of like a man who comes back to the game now and he's fit. They think, he's ready to play 90 minutes. They kind of fail to understand the rehab. Like, when do we see the best with these guys? Because I'll be honest, Martinelli looks like someone that's still working his way back. For example, like, when does it click into place, in you lot's opinion, if you had to guess?
Do you think it's injuries with Gabriel Martinelli, or was it just he's hit the ceiling and we're not going to see the best? We've seen the best of him. No,
but at the minimum, Martinelli is all gear, no idea, running about. Like, I think the last couple starts, I think he's been anonymous for me.
Yeah. He can't start. Martinelli's got to the stage now where his starting days are over. He's an off the bench. When the opposition are tiring, when there's gaps appearing, he's a perfect player to bring off the bench to, nick a goal or an equaliser. He's perfect for that because at the end of the day, he's got pace. And when a team's tiring and they're being stretched, the last thing you want off the bench is someone with pace. And Martinelli gives you that.
That's his thing, exactly.
And I think that's his level now at the football club. I don't think he's a starter. It's unfortunate Trossard got injured.
I make you right, D.
It's unfortunate Trossard got injured because he definitely would be starting. I think he would be starting over Madueke because Madueke clearly can't play on the left. I've seen I've seen enough that he can't play on the left. He's not as effective on the left as Trossard. So I think Trossard should come back on the left.
What's wrong with Trossard? What sort of injury did he have?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Wait, he came off against Bayern Munich.
Bayern, isn't it?
Yeah. I think against Bayern. I don't know. But
that's all the injuries. They sit themselves down and say, no more.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, Eze's still one for me, though. Eze's still one for me. I don't like the way Eze will give you.
Surely it's on Eze now, though, because you're running the game.
No. What I'm saying about Eze is
he will
give you absolutely brilliant moments, and in-game moments where you go, whoa. But
yeah, the Bayern assist, obviously the hat trick, and to be fair,
for me, I want him to be first choice over Odegaard. I want him to be first choice over Odegaard.
But he needs to grab that.
I still think he has to show more, because you just said it about the manager's favourites. Now, the manager the first 5 names he puts on the team sheet is Odegaard, Rice, Zubimendi, Gabriel, Timber, Saliba. They're the first names.
And by default, Raya, but yeah.
He'll always put them names first on the team sheet. Now, for Eze to get in that kind of Arteta club, if you like, he needs to be showing a bit more to dislodge Odegaard, because it ain't going to take a lot to dislodge Odegaard. Let's be honest.
So then let me ask you lot this year, because
he's got to show that little bit more for me.
So then let me ask you lot this year, because what we're talking about kind of piggybacks into obviously the game at the weekend. Like, obviously, if we assume, we hope to God Mascara and Saliba are there. If they're not there, who's your 2 centre halves and your right back? And who's left wing? Because I feel like every time I've got you lot on this platform, and we've been doing this for a few weeks and months now, I think we always center the conversation back to left wing. We've got a bag of players that can play there. Eze could maybe be moved out there for Odegaard. Jesus is in the squad, but there's, apart from Trossard's form, obviously, there's no one you really put your hat on really for that.
You know what? You asked a really good question, because of course you got to take Villa's. Yeah, I think
take them so seriously.
Yeah, but you know what it is that I think he shouldn't play Martinelli on Formula 1, but I think Martinelli gets matey cash. But the thing about Martinelli, and I have to be fair, we're so dominant down the right hand side that we don't actually go down that left hand side too much. And when we do, it's Martinelli come back into the play, coming and giving it, but we don't sit to get the ball out to him to get him one-on-ones. Like, for instance, you'd have thought with Matty Cash likes to get up down the field. But
you know what, Martinelli can help going backwards. I know it's dangerous talking about that with attackers, but
I'm not confident that Martinelli is going to be able to attack Matty Cash. But in the second half, when it's a bit tight, and Matty Cash is now tired, not physically, but there.
You get your road runner on.
You like Martinelli to come on in the probably 70th minute, and then for all the 20 minutes.
That's been a problem for a lot of the seasons. Though. It's always been down the right. Odegaard and Saka like to link up a lot. Yeah. And you know, when Odegaard ain't playing it, you see it with Eze and Saka. We don't switch to the left enough. That's why Calafiori then.
Yeah, it's Calafiori bringing something in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. It's not enough. So there is that. But for me, Saturday, if
obviously Raya in goal, and then the rest.
Yeah, I mean it's a strange one, man.
Like, let's assume there's no Mascara.
I suppose you've got to go with Timber at centre back. If it was, let's say it's the injuries, right? So you've got to go with Timber centre back, even though, as I said, I wouldn't mind him in the 6 and then play, you know, perhaps Zubimendi in the 8, more creative, because Timber would still give you that protection as well. You know,
he's intelligent enough to do it.
And he has played there before, so you know I don't see why not. But for me, it would probably be Timber centre half, Incapi, Calafiori, Ben White, and then Saka, Zubimendi. Depends if Rice is fit, but Rice.
I said he's okay. To be fair,
if Rice is okay, it's going to be Rice again. And then on the left,
this is why I asked.
Do you know
what?
Put
Eze out there and bring Odegaard in?
No, I don't know.
You know he's going for dated DJB. You know it'd be Martinelli again, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to go Martinelli. He's going to go Martinelli. He's going to go. He'll go Odegaard. He'll keep Eze on the bench. He'll go Odegaard.
I think so.
What about this?
Odegaard.
Saka goes left wing.
And do you know what he'll do? Do you know what he'll do? He'll probably play Gyökeres instead of Merino.
You see, I disagree, DJB, because I want Merino. I know Merino. He's been singing him.
What we want. It's what this manager will do. Trust me.
I think
this is a dilemma, isn't it?
He's going to start Merino.
It's a footballing dilemma, isn't it? Like the footballing dilemma.
What Gyökeres will give you, and I'll revert back to JD's comment, especially against Aston Villa. He will run and put them under pressure because if they get out, he will offer more work rate.
Who plays alongside Conte in defence? Is it Pau Torres?
Yeah.
Pau Torres. And right back they got
Cash is on full.
Who's left back for them again? Is it Digna?
Look at him.
And in midfield,
they shoot from outside the area a lot. We're gonna have to not allow them to they're very
but let's not we go on about Timber, but Cash has been very, very good this season in the Premiership. Matty Cash, he's a very good
fullbacks are gonna it's overloads, man. We of all people know how Emery operates. We all of
midfield. Emery, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Washed out, no good, crap manager.
Yeah, but I'm
doing his thing at Villa, man.
Yeah, second from bottom. Now look at him.
And to be fair, you could argue I'm
this is a manager that's top of the table as well.
Emery's too good a manager for that to be known. But the thing is, I actually saw an interview with Watkins. Watkins has only got love for that guy. He said his first words is since he's come to the club, I've been scoring more goals.
He's a good manager, Kenny.
Look at Emery's CV; it speaks for itself.
He's a good manager.
And I think with Villa, the one thing about Villa is the energy. We've got to match them for energy. We can't let them take. But
that's what worries me, though, Kenny, because Chelsea had energy and Sunderland had energy, and
because both teams got this initiative. That's the thing.
And we didn't get 3 points.
You can't both of them take initiative.
There's fatigue factor in any of these games.
With bags of energy and that are physical, we don't seem to cope with. And yet I was told this team would never get bullied and everything else. But Sunderland, we ended up drawing 2-2. Chelsea, we weren't the better team. I don't care what anyone says.
Chelsea in a hot minute.
So this is what I'm saying. When we've come up against teams with bags of energy, we've struggled.
Yeah, but you know what it is that it's like a boxing match, isn't it? Like sometimes you see the fight, and by the time you get yourself into the fight, you're already 3 rounds down because the guy you've let someone else dictate the fight. He's getting behind his jab, he's throwing the punches, he's moving, he's on the front foot, and you're trying to look for it. You're trying to find a way in for your jab, and you're just not in control of the game. And that's what it was like against Chelsea. I mean, you think about it. Man City's a bit like that as well at home, where they got out of traps, they got their punches off, they got their jabs off.
And the only difference is second off, we came out with different gravy against them.
But we still came out with the points. Whilst Liverpool, no one to throw a punch.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test on Saturday. They're a good side. They're a good side, but as I said, we should have enough to get something. But these are the games when you look at and think, has the squad rotation been enough? Key, because these games
maybe don't have these points.
They're going to come thick and fast now. So just hope there's no more injuries, man. I mean, it's just ridiculous at the moment. It's getting crazy, isn't it?
I don't know what to say.
The thing is, right, what break are we going to get up until the 21st of March? What break is Arsenal going to get?
None.
There's your answer.
Yeah, because we want to get at least past like the quarter.
Arteta was begging for one after their game,
and we want to get to the League Cup final as well as secure that top 8 in the Champions
League. No
excuses.
We don't want to make excuses, though, do we? We don't want to use injuries. I mean,
the thing about
the club ain't got that excuse. We can do that as fans. You better win trophies.
But the thing is, right, is that I'd have to go by footballing facts. Energy-wise, our cousins in Europe have much more. As I say, they have much more about them in the second half of the season.
Because they get that rest.
To the business, when it gets to the championship rounds of the Champions League, you know, because they're fresher. They what I call is well, I've been screaming and shouting for a midwinter break to help English clubs in Europe and basically help fans, you know, navigate you know, travelling issues or the issues with public transport.
Both of you have to be fair.
You can't have. I know I rattle on about this. You can't have games on Boxing Day and New Year's Day when you've got issues with trains. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. Especially when Arsenal fans, not all Arsenal fans live in London.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that, man.
It's a serious clash. Most points.
I'll tell you what, right?
Go on.
DG, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just thought of something. Would anyone disagree with putting Saka on the left and Madueke on the right?
I think some people would, but I'm not going to be a hypocrite. A few months ago, if you put that to me, I would have said, nah, you keep your best player in their best position. And I still somewhat maintain that. But for me, we're in needs must mode. Like, Saka can do that in it. So that's why I asked, like, do you entertain moving Saka over there, bringing Madueke in? Probably, in my opinion, I know you disagree, starts with Merino. Naturally, that offers that if he starts with Merino, then you've got Gyökeres and Martinelli. Going back to what Kenny said, 70 minutes you gamble. I'm all for that. This is a big clash. They've got one more point than us in the last 9 games. I think they're like third. It's a title.
You know the situation is that whoever scores first is going to win the game, because I think both sides are good enough.
It's never easy against them, man.
To shut the door, slam the door shut.
Let me ask you this as well, finally, on Saka left wing. Say, Kenny, do you think, because obviously Saka has shown he can score goals from both sides, but do you think he's more likely to score a bit more goals at this moment in time off the left, just because of the certain areas you have to hit the ball with, you know, really and truly just cutting in? I know he occasionally scores.
It's more to right, though, isn't it? I mean, you know, I was saying he's being greedy, and I suppose there is reasons for that, because with inverted wingers, they're actually. We always thought their strong side was the ball that was you know, like I said, the area where they cross from. But now, inverted wingers, their strong sides when they cut in. I think certain players, when they, like Eze, probably when he was at school, he was playing left wing probably all his life. But now I think that when right-footed players play on the right-hand side, left-footed players play on the left wing, they actually forget how to play there, because they're not used to doing it. They're used to being inverted forwards, and they're used to getting in situations where they're crossing with their dominant foot, but they're also having shots and goal and being in more goal scoring positions to the extent that they forget to play that orthodox winger role.
I just think it gives us more option, because I think Madueke is more effective when he's on it than Martinelli taking players on. I just think if you had him on the right and Saka on the left, it makes us a little bit more dynamic in the attack.
I've got to throw Jesus into this as well, D, or is that a non-story?
I don't think he's had enough minutes to come in a game this big.
Fair.
I don't think he's had enough. But as I said, it's all key whether Rice, because if Rice is not in that midfield, there is a lot of there's a lot of problems there. If Rice is not fit, if he's not in that midfield, there's a problem. There's a problem. That's why I said
you're not lying.
I wouldn't mind seeing that Timber playing as the 6 if Rice is injured, and Zubimendi more creative, and then you can play, the square or full back, or
The saddest thing is we don't know if these guys are fit, man.
You know what I mean? Perhaps Ben White.
That's a good point by Mace.
So yes, options.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
This is what I mean. We know about Emery.
Why have we bought Norgard? We've bought Norgard for situations like we could be in on Saturday. So
we don't use it. We don't use him though.
Got to trust him. Yeah. But we don't use him. He ain't had enough minutes in his legs. This is what I'm saying.
I don't want to be that guy, yeah. But do you not think the gaffer don't rate Norgard? I don't want to be that guy, but
listen, I was told when we bought him, Premier League experience, Brentford's captain. Come on. trust the process. All this malarkey. Now we're saying we don't rate him. Why did we buy him? What was the point of that, really? But having said that, he's got to be played, hasn't he? He's got to be played. Has to be played. I know it's all, if Rice ain't fit, we're going to have to go with Norgard. But he ain't had enough minutes, though, has he? This is the problem.
I think with Norgard as well, it's just the energy levels. But you know what? If Rice injuries are inevitable, we just have to find those energy levels because the system's not going to change. So someone's going to have to put their hand up and get up and down. You know what I mean? Or we slightly tweak the way we play. But I think I was saying to Lee yesterday on the fan cam that Declan is probably his worst enemy, and I think that all the time Declan's gone off, I can't do that. He's always
he's asked to come off. Yeah,
and sometimes I think that the manager does leave it up to Declan.
But that's wrong, though, isn't it? Because the manager should be saying, "I don't care what you're saying. You're coming off. I need you." It's
a bit like Sleeper, isn't it? Sleeper. Remember at Anfield?
The manager, he should be putting his authority on the game and saying, "No, sorry, I want you off because I need you fit for Saturday." So you're coming off.
Do you remember the Sleeper game? You remember Sleeper at Anfield?
Exactly.
Because he brought.
I'm all right, Gov. And then he played, and then he was out.
Yeah, and you know what cost us as well? We lost. We had to make a defensive substitution. So instead of having the option of bringing 4 forward-thinking players on, so 5 forward-thinking players on, we lost 1 forward-thinking player because we brought the defender on. When if we started Mosquera, we would have had another attacking option. That's why I was angry at both of them because, if you're not fit, then I don't care how good you are. You're not good to me because we'd have played with 10 men.
Sorry to cut you, Kenny. Yeah, you can go on. Yeah, but Rob, that's DJB's point in that obviously Norgard's not the 8, so naturally you move Zubimendi. If we don't get hung up on positions and stuff, Zubi, you do the conducting. Norgard, you do the sweeping up. That's what DJB's referring to. But go on, Kenny and D. I cut you lot.
No, I'm just saying about just talking in general about the options we have. But this game against Aston Villa. And let's not forget, we're playing them 3 weeks later as well.
Yeah.
We've all seen the fixtures.
Arteta's
up for manager of the month. We're going to have to see a month for another one in December.
But with Aston Villa, for some reason, they know us and Aston Villa have this. Aston Villa fear us.
Weird little games, isn't it? Filled with drama, whether we win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, they've always been a bogey team. I'll go back years.
I'll go back to the 80s.
Times on the opening day of the season, we used to F up against them in the Hammers.
70s and 80s. Aston Villa have always been a bogey team.
We've always had strange games against Villa home and away. Like the amount of times where I go back to 1986 when we played them in a League Cup quarter-final. I was so confident Villa, us beating Villa, and they just came and just took us apart.
I was at the FA Cup final.
FA Cup final. I thought that'd be a difficult game. We murdered them.
You thought? Wait. You thought that one when we 2015. You thought that'd be difficult?
No, but because of Villa in it, but because of the way they beat Liverpool.
I hear it. That's the first final I've ever been to. I'm like, yeah, we're winning it.
In hindsight, we actually blew them away in the cup final. But you think about other games since then. Do you remember last season when Villa got to the quarterfinals against PSG?
And they were the better team.
I wasn't one of the fans. But there were a lot of Arsenal fans who didn't want Villa under any circumstances.
No, I wanted the English teams, man. I wanted all the English teams.
Yeah, but there were some people who just thought, you know what?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want Villa because they're our bogey side.
I'm on the it's rather the devil you know than the one you don't. I was on that kind of thing.
But how many English teams have we done in Europe over the years? We've lost every.
There's therefore more L's than W's.
I know more L's.
Arsenal in Europe just don't go in the same league.
Yeah, man, it's chalk and cheese, man. It's more
was it 2004 Chelsea we lost, 2008 Liverpool we lost.
Don't.
2019
Man United,
Ronaldo. 2021, 2009 Man United, 2019 Chelsea.
DG, that's why we want the champs, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's why we want the champs.
And more trophies in Europe, full stop. Like, we're too big of a club for this.
End of. Give me the Champions League all day long.
And that's what's sad. Arsenal fans, young and old, some are probably younger than me in the chat, and obviously you two are here, unks and whatnot. We've all seen L's in Europe. I have to ask it again. Like, why are we like this in Europe? I think I ask you lot this every year, every stream that you lot hear. But why are we like this in Europe?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. Europe and us just don't.
George Graham dealt with it.
Yeah, George, I missed that.
The thing with George Graham. Do you remember when we got the Champions League in '92? Remember Benfica, Isaias, where they just murdered us in the second leg at Highbury. And
I think what it is.
Remember that one?
I think what it is. It's just that thing, isn't it? Where in Europe you have to play the moment, don't you? You have to play that moment and forget about how you play in the Premiership or how you play in the old League Division 1. You have to play in that moment that gets you through games. And unfortunately, over the years, technically, and it's still the same now. If you look at the technical of Spanish players, and you go and look at the Spanish league now. If you look technically, the way them players are better gifted than our players.
They're more gifted than us.
You know, so sometimes you have to adapt, and we can't. We've found adapting sometimes in Europe.
I think the knockout stages. I felt this way against Bayern Munich when we played them in the quarters, even though we didn't get embarrassed. I definitely felt this against PSG, even though we had injuries and there was a knock-on effect. And I still maintain this in whatever happens now. As much, I think we've got the manager. Clearly, you're a good tactician. We're clearly a good team. We can give everyone a game. But you see, when it gets to the semi-finals and all them kind of things, for me, even the quarters, I just think you need some players with some inevitability and stardust, man. Like I know we spoke about Saka, but we ain't got that. It's easier said than done, but we ain't got that.
No, I agree with you because I still think
we need a lot to happen for us.
I know it may never happen, but I dread. Can you imagine if we had a quarter-final and they drew us against Chelsea? I go, oh God, no. Because I just look at I don't know, I'm not bigging up Chelsea, but for some reason against the English sides, I don't know what happens, man.
As soon as you said that, I thought, what leg is the one at Stamford Bridge?
Exactly. You know another thing where I think
you can't be in two minds though in big moments. This is the problem, this is what worries me with certain aspects of Arteta. I'll give you an example. We're 10 men against Chelsea. I don't care what you say. We should be coming out of there with 3 points. Whether Chelsea have been the better team or not, we should at least pin them in there and come out of there with.
Maybe Timber was greedy, not leaving it for Gyökeres. I don't know.
It might only be that 10 minutes during the game. It might only be 20 minutes during the game. But one mistake knocks you out the champs. And his mistake against Chelsea was sending a message out to Chelsea, come and attack us because I'm putting Merino in midfield.
Yeah.
Come break us down. Yeah, come break us down.
Right? Now, what I'm saying is, you do that moment against Bayern Munich in a quarter-final or PSG in a semi-final, you make them choices, you're out of competition.
They're going to smell food. And
you can't be cautious in a semi-final. And this is what... And you've got to make... Top managers make those moments.
You've got to die on your sword
during the game, whether it's the last 20 minutes, whether it's the last 15 minutes, whether it's the last 10 minutes, they make those big decisions.
It's another thing
that turn the game. And unfortunately, these are the question marks I still have over the manager in big games. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm saying he's got to do it.
Yeah, but there's another thing as well. And there's something that it's innocuous. It's probably irrelevant. But it's something that we always take. We don't take into account when we play our cousins in Europe, English cousins in Europe. There's no English referees. I know. But if you notice that,
it sounds mad. But I get your angle.
It sounds mad, but you think a lot of full-blooded game against Chelsea.
Good, Kenny. That's why
in a European final or European quarter-final, they imagine like imagine in Europe. You know what I mean? And that's the weird thing about it is that. It's a derby. It's an all-English affair, but it isn't because the referees, referees,
they're not British.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It just feels different.
Honestly, I see a woman referee a game. I was on with Lee and Matty backstage the other day. I see a woman referee a game in the Spanish league. She was outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
Bring her to the Prem.
Incredible. This is what I'm saying. But this is what we've got to do. If we're going to get over the line in the Premiership, in big moments, in semi-finals, in quarterfinals, the manager can't go and make silly tactics that give the team that, oh, hang on a minute, we're in here. He has to be the one that makes them think, not...
It's the fine margins.
You know what I mean? It's those fine little tweaks that he does in big games that worry me. And that is what he's got to stop doing, especially in the champs. So if we get to the semi-final and it's like 1-1 or we've won the first leg 2-1 or we're at home or whatever, if he starts to be cautious and starts then taking
we're doing the nasty
stuff like that
in that case.
This is what I'm saying. So then it's nothing to do with the squad. It's nothing to do with the players. It's what he does in game.
No. And I make you right, yeah, because obviously we're not Real Madrid and them players were more experienced, better ability and all of this, but it comes from the manager. It comes from the manager to be on the front foot, and it kind of ties into... Genuinely, I just think you need stardust. Now, don't get it twisted. We've all seen teams win European trophies and win Champions Leagues without necessarily littered with world-class players. I just think with our football club, we're going to need that. We're not going to get the whole Chelsea beating Bayern Munich in Bayern Munich's backyard. You know, Liverpool coming from 3 goals down. We're not going to get that. The whole 1999 stuff around United. Chelsea about to win it and John Terry slipped. I think our thing is we have to be perfect, and I'd give anything for the Champions League. I know DJB's got a cut out.
I've got a cut out, my friend. Yeah.
So I wanted to leave it with this. Yeah.
Go on.
How do you rate this season signing so far? So Kepa, we'll leave Kepa, Norgard. They're probably non-starters. Mascara, give him a strong 7 in the minutes you played. Really.
Yeah. I mean, look, from what I've seen from Incapi and Mascara, I think they've done okay. As I said, I want to see them tested more. However, I think they're going to be good for the future. They could be our future centre back pairing. So, as I said, in Cape, you get what's on the tin, really, which I quite like that old-fashioned defending, if I'm honest.
Warrior stuff.
Quite like that kind of, get your body in front of it. That old kind of John Terry, Tony Adams defending. I like that. So he gives you that. So 7s.
Let me get on screen.
I haven't made my mind up about Zubimendi because
he'll convert you. Trust me, man. He's going to join us.
I don't think he's a 6. I don't think he's a 6. So I've not made my mind up about him. I was expecting more from Zubimendi, to be honest with you. I don't see.
You have to put a number on it.
Listen, I'm not being negative here. I'm just not seeing what other people are seeing from Zubimendi. Me personally, I'm not. I thought he was going to come to the club and be this kind of player that breaking lines, running with the ball, challenges. I'm not seeing it. So Zubimendi, I'm making my mind up. Gyökeres, again, I've not seen enough. I've not seen enough.
5.
I'm not seeing enough from Gyökeres. I don't think he's gonna fit into this manager's way we play. I don't think.
That's a shame. That's a shame, but we agree with you.
It is a shame, but I just don't think Gyökeres is going to be that striker that we was all hoping he was going to be. I think we're singing on a different hymn sheet with Gyökeres. I'm not saying he's a bad player, and I'm not disrespecting his goal scoring. I'm just saying the way we play and the way the manager sets up, I don't think this club suits Gyökeres. That's why we wanted Sesko. I just don't think Eze, again, in moments, 10 out of 10. But I want to see consistent Eze. I want to see Eze doing enough to dislodge Odegaard.
I'll give all the attackers and Zubimendi a 6, 5, 6.
Yeah, 6s, 6, 5s, and 6s. I'm not. Yeah. They've still got a lot to prove at the moment, and they will. But yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at.
We're not waxing lyrical about any of them. Don't get twisted. There's been moments, like you said, with Eze and Gyökeres.
Moments. But I'm not.
But it's not wow.
It's like you'll see moments with Eze, but then you see Eze play against Chelsea in a big game, and you're thinking, "Where's the Eze that I saw against Spurs? What's that? What's going on here?"
You know what is DJB. I think with Eze, I think we are going to see some good moments. I think with moments players, you have to probably, how to say it? You have to probably tolerate inconsistencies. Because I think there must be times at Crystal Palace last season that he was he was in and out of games.
100%.
But
I'm not gonna lie, Palace fans were saying that when I was speaking to them. They were saying that it's not that thing type of.
He's not young now, is he? He's what, 28?
No, he's been around. He's back 28 or something, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's coming to the back end of his prime years, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think we've
got time for him, though, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is, if he was like a young player, 21, 20, like 20,
you'd
22,
hear it more.
You'd want a lot more. But 28, he's going to have moments where he's going to like shine and then not shine. But
guys, the magnifying glass is and like the lenses are, how do I say it? The more kind of the more upper class at Arsenal than they are at Palace.
100%. And I say that goes with players from foreign. Look at Havertz. Like Havertz, obviously, not everyone's watching. Neither am I. Leverkusen week in, week out. But you'd be like, "Oh, fucking hell, Havertz a good player." When you watch Germany, now you're watching him week in, week out. It's not that you don't think he's a good player. It's like, well, you're not really that guy. There's no hiding place once you come to the Premier or go to the bigger clubs.
Before I go, guys, but I said this before. There are some players that are absolutely brilliant, but they go to a club where it just doesn't suit them.
It's like jobs, in some companies are just not for you.
For some reason or another, it might be that they don't get on with the manager. It might be the training. It might be the system that they play. It might be the tactics. They just don't get on. And I see that with Gyökeres. I hope I'm wrong, but I see that with Gyökeres. Yeah. I said that when he come to the club, 15, 17 goals max. People were going 28, 30 odd goals.
You weren't grabbing no 30 here, man.
Not the way we play.
I negative when I said give me 15 in the league. Of course, I want 20 and all that.
I see that with Gyökeres, and I've seen it with other attackers at Arsenal over the years.
I'm still surprised. We built him. I know we've got him. I've got to get used to it. But I was so unconvinced that we were going to get him because of
Lee Chapman settings, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's because of the prototype. Because I thought Mikel Arteta's never gone for a player like that. He's never gone for a player. It was just.
But that's why I was happy because they might force you to be a bit different with half of these guys we brought in.
You know what? I still think that Odegaard's probably the player most likely to get the ball to him directly on a first-time basis.
Well, people keep saying we need to be more creative, but what I'm saying is when you got this is what I'm saying. I don't know.
The personnel's there. The personnel's there. The personnel's 100% there. But I think with Arsenal, I think what it is that we're a team that wears you down.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That game is not be a bit more aggressive.
Our game's not flair, is it? Our game's not like
we're a functional team.
We're a functional team, exactly. I mean, you see Eze and Odegaard, they operate a lot in front of the back four. You never see them running beyond or getting in behind the lines or running beyond.
Is good, but the individual.
That's what I like about Ben White. That's what I said about Ben White right early in the team. He's prepared to get in beyond defenders quite a bit. You know, that's what I like.
That's what I like from Madueke as well.
It was refreshing to see yesterday because I don't think we get enough of our midfield players running behind like the Frank Lampard used to at Chelsea, like you see Morgan Rogers do for Aston Villa. We tend to play a lot of our football just in front and it goes sideways and backwards.
And if you do, it's Rice.
It's a bit predictable sometimes. And that's why I don't think Gyökeres will score lots of goals at the football club.
And again, we all hope to be wrong on that. But we're saying all of this. Absolutely. We're top of the league. We ain't lost in 18.
Oh, yeah.
On to Villa.
Continue. If anyone had said 5 points December or... Yeah,
you know what? Christmas period. Christmas period is going to be very, very important. I think Brighton are not the size we were before. So there's only in December. There's only 2 games that worry me. Villa at home and away. They're a team that I feel the only team that are good enough to give us problems home and away.
I don't know. I think that personally, but I think there's going to be a few more teams on the way. To be honest.
No enough to do well in all the other games apart from Wolves.
Brighton, but mind you, you've got Danny Welbeck.
Brighton away.
Brighton's always horrible, man. It's always horrible.
Is he injured? Is he still injured?
Yeah. Listen.
He'll be back for us.
Shout out to Danny Welbeck, man. He should get an England call up.
He should be on the plane.
Are you taking him to World Cup, DG and DJ?
Big up to Danny Welbeck.
I spoke to people at the ground, and they said they're taking him to World Cup.
And he's above Ollie Watkins. He's above him.
Yeah. I'll take both. I'll take all three of Kane, Ollie, and obviously Welbeck, and then you got your Rashfords and all them guys that
you know what?
I don't think Welbeck's
one thing I will say: if Ivan Toney comes back in January, plays for a Premiership club, and he starts scoring goals, I'll take him instead.
I mean, he was at the Emirates yesterday.
Yeah, come to us, mate. He's going to Tottenham.
We missed that bus.
I thought they said he was going to Tottenham.
We missed that bus, man.
But in better we trust, man. You never know. Yeah, last question, before I let you lot go, because I actually, this is my personal question. Like, obviously, a few weeks ago, all of us probably said we ain't buying no one in January. Now it's looking like injuries. Do you think we'll be forced to act in the market, or do you think we will? Obviously, it's a month to go.
I think we've got to sell first.
If we got to start doing that,
I think we've got to sell first. If we get offers in for Martinelli and people like that, get them gone, and then we can, and then we can get players in. Unless we get players out, there's no one coming in January, especially with talks of the stadium being improved. That's going to cost millions.
You know what? I think
mixed bag.
Again, rumors are probably one of the things that lead to catastrophes, because kids are watching. I'm not going to say the word that we normally comes after that, but I have heard rumors that Mikel Arteta is looking for reinforcements in January. Doesn't mean he's
get involved in that Semenyo stuff, but I'm not going to lie. Right now, I think you need to find someone that can somewhat replicate what Rice does if we're going to act in the market.
You think we need a midfielder?
I agree. I think
Arsenal need two midfielders. Anyways, forget anything we've done this season. But now, like, that's where I'm acting.
Go get me Morgan Rogers. Now we're talking.
Get me that. Get me some unknown guy that can just be that. We can have some anything that you can do.
That's going to gamble and going to make runs throughout.
Because if we lose Rice, boy, I don't want to be the doom and gloom. We still have to fight for trophies, but I think
you know what? I forgot about Everton at their grounds.
Oh,
that's going to be tough.
Sorry, Everton fans. I know there's got to be a blue nose who watches this. One blue nose. I forgot about you guys. But
do you know what I said at the start of the season? And it was one of my first streams. Right. I'd take Jack Grealish on loan.
You did.
You actually did.
That
do you know what? You could have slotted in off that left hand side.
And I said, and I got pelters for it. I said I'd take Jack Grealish on loan.
He ain't gonna get England shout, but he on form. He's one of them outsiders. He probably won't make it though.
Yeah, how can you not? Jack Grealish gives you so much.
His problem is he's just probably in the wrong era of football. It's all about systems and all that stuff.
But
you know, if we were Jack, bloody, he's like, I'm talking like he's a mate. Momentum's been lost through non involvement at Man City with Pep.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he's lit up Everton, man. I'm telling you, he's done madness at Everton.
He needs to be a big fish in a small pond, with the greatest of respect to Everton. Like, that's his thing. He relishes that.
Yeah. If he'd have stayed at Villa, he would go down as one of Premiership's top players.
But then he wouldn't have won the treble with it. And he worked under Pep.
No. He wouldn't have won trophies, and that's what it's all about, people.
Yeah. And he'll end up back at Villa at some point, man. You know how it goes. We've seen Henry and Ronaldo return to their club.
You know the thing with Jack, I think that hindsight is 20/20, but I think that perhaps Pep just thought, you know what, give him. I'll have this guy for 2 or 3 years, and I'll move him on and get someone else.
Probably.
But
which is what we're going to do with Nwaneri.
Yeah, but you know, with Pep.
Bye, Ethan.
Pep, 100%. Pep. You know what Pep needs? Pep needs that midfielder, mate. He needs a Declan Rice type midfielder. He ain't winning this league.
No. But do you know what? Though? Ethan's going to be one of them players that we let go, and he comes to the Emirates and he has an absolute party time.
God forbid, man. I hope Nwaneri just gets an opportunity, and most
I hope
importantly,
he does. He's not going to take. He hasn't got a future at this football club, unfortunately.
Tactically, I think at the moment the man.
He's way down the pecking order. Way down the pecking
order.
We'll make some decent money if they sold him, God forbid.
That's what I'm saying. Get 35 mil for him.
Get him on a 5-year contract. It's good business deal, isn't it?
Yeah, Palace will take him.
But even that, like, if you loan him out for a couple of years, I know very rarely people come back from these kind of loans, yeah. Bearing in mind Nelson's on like his 20th. You just never know. You never know.
He goes on loan for a couple of years, comes back under a new manager.
You know what I think with Ethan Nwaneri?
Win-win.
The reason why I always worry about Arsenal players going out on loan, let alone leaving the club, I know
they very rarely make it back, if I'm honest.
I know they won't be playing games because they're too used to playing our way. We've seen it with so many players that have left their club, especially the younger ones. They don't start for their clubs. Smith Rowe, he started on Tuesday, but he doesn't start regularly for Fulham.
The manager keeps getting onto him and saying the talent's there. You need to.
When you think Hale End, we was all going about the Hale End, right? Smith Rowe, Nelson, yeah.
Where's
Eddie
Nelson?
Now Lewis Skelly's out of form.
Yeah.
Ethan Nwaneri.
What game was Nelson getting at Brentford?
He's really improved the youngsters, hasn't he?
He's still getting injured in that.
That's another story.
To be fair, we just need to big up Reece Nelson, but at that point, we just need to flog him in it. Like, that's what Berta's got to do. Like, it's
I've been asking for it to be sold for years.
I'd love for the penny to drop, and you look like the guy we all thought, but myth.
Yeah,
it's over now, isn't it? Like, it's overly over.
You know, some young players don't make that transition from playing in the juniors and getting to like on the cusp of reserve. Some. You know, the most skillful player in the academy doesn't mean he's not.
Out of those names I've mentioned, I'm sorry, you Jurgen Klopps and that would have had a tune out of at least two of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's the thing. If you get him at the right time, you get him injury free. 100%, you do that. But ultimately, it's hard for his academy players to actually make it the first team and then last there because big clubs have to buy big players. They have to buy.
You're fighting against multi-million-pound internationals and whatnot. Miles Lewis-Skelly's mum even said that before he even got into the first team.
Exactly. You know another thing as well. When you're an academy player, you know full well that the guy that comes in is going to be in a bigger contract than you.
Who's the guy we let go to Man United? The young kids defender.
To be fair, we tried our best to keep him. He wanted to cut. That's one I'll be fair to the club. They tried their best. I can tell you that.
What heaven?
All these young players we've had. All the young players
Heaven played for us. Heaven played for us.
He wanted to cut. He genuinely wanted to cut. To be fair, the club could do better with academies, but they wanted to leave. Like they actually, the club did everything. That's the 1-2 I'll give the club. Like you actually tried. They wanted to cut. Like.
Yeah, they
want
to. But everyone wants to play for this manager, apparently. But there you go.
And to be fair, Heaven made the right choice because obviously he might. There's plenty of competition at Man United, but I'm sure you played in the Europa League semi-finals and all that kind of stuff. You wouldn't have got that here. So I think all of these young players should be selfish about their careers. All these clubs are going to tell you everything under the sun. The minute
Balogun,
I never thought he was good enough. I'll be real.
He's at Monaco now.
He's at Monaco doing his thing. Yeah. I just never thought he was Arsenal level. At the time, he should have been given a chance, but
boys,
I feel bad for it in Nketiah because I really took it out. I really took it out on Nketiah because I thought he was blocking Balogun's path. But anyway, we've got to go.
Yeah. People, man.
Thank you. Chat, been amazing as ever. Love the chat, Kenny.
I'll see you soon on Monday, I suppose.
Follow DJB on YouTube channel. Follow Kenny on Instagram.
I've got. I'm a bit busy. I'm a bit busy tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. So I won't be going live probably till Sunday. On the Sunday sit back, come and join us.
Come and subscribe, people. Subscribe.
Come along and sub, people. Come along and sub.
Follow Kenny on Insta. Follow DJB's YouTube channel. Mods, keep posting that as you been.
Souls 87. Just before we go, I still think the 24 team still our best team.
Yeah, I agree with Kenny. I agree. DG,
it's been a pleasure,
It's been a pleasure, DG. Absolutely.
Nah, it's always a pleasure with you two, man. It's always a pleasure.
Take
Hopefully,
it easy.
On to Villa, man. DJB.
On to Villa. Let's go.
Kenny, one love. Chat as well. We're out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow DJB on YouTube, and follow Kenny Ken on Insta. We're out.
Like